All right, we live. We live. Now, I've been sitting here talking to myself for like the past couple minutes because I keep forgetting that you gotta press live on the way that I got it set up. But anyway, we got the content going, man. We good tonight. We about to get a couple topics in, man. It's been a long 3 days. You know what I mean? It's been a long 3 days, and I know I haven't went live in a few days because I'm trying to like strategize on content. I've been thinking about different type of content, what content I want to cover, and what direction we want to go with these live streams, man. And how often do I actually want to stream? And when I do stream, what do I want to talk about? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of don't want to just get like confined to like a whack 100 content or like a whack 100 topic all the time, even though we're going to cover it, but I also want to cover some of the other stuff going on online as well. So with that being said, of course, we're going to get into the whack 100. The I don't know if y'all seen my video on the baby evil. We reacted to a phone call. They now saying that wasn't that individual, but the real baby evil came online on Rockstar's channel and kind of clear some stuff up about what's going on with Wack. So we gonna get into that. But man, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button for me. We're gonna get into some of this 50 Cent T.I. beef situation. I always find it funny when two individuals, and we've been seeing this a lot on the internet, when two individuals is online calling each other rats, like you a rat, nah, you a rat, like, and both of y'all got some rat allegations. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into that conversation, though, here in a little bit. Also, we probably might touch on that Tony Yayo, Uncle Murder, and Ja Rule situation because they've been, like, kind of addressing that the last couple of days. I want to get into that Lil Baby San Francisco incident, too. See what happened out there. So, we're going to get into a lot of stuff. But first up, we're going to talk about this video that Seti Nash put out on the Big U situation. Something about some Big U wiretaps. I don't know if y'all seen this video or not, but we're going to react to that too. But before we get into it, man, make sure y'all, pull the cups out. And if y'all see me looking up, that's because I got the chat on a big screen up there. I think I'm going to bring it down, though, because I think it's a little too high. I mounted a couple of TVs the other day. I mounted one in my son's room, and I mounted one in here in my streaming room, and I think I might have mounted it too high, which I should have waited because this room is actually about to get a makeover. I'm redoing my whole house. My whole house is getting redone. I already got the majority of my downstairs done. I just need to get my sliding glass put in, and I'm building a deck out back, but I'm trying to wait till the weather break. But I think I'm gonna bring this TV down, man. What up, Michigan 100? What up, though? Shout out to all my Michigan, all my Detroit, all my Flint, all my people from the D that's up there. Shout out and salute to all my people that's actually from the D. You know what I'm saying? Up there around Woodrow Wilson and Fullerton. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. But yeah, it is what it is, man. We're gonna get it in. Let's take a shot though, real quick. Everybody grab their red. Listen, when I go live this late, because I used to call my late night live streams the Red Cup Chronicles. If in fact you watching this late, you should have either your red cup out or your smoke rolled up, man. Because y'all know what time it is. It's the late night. We unwinding. Some of y'all might be in your semi truck. Some of y'all might be just getting off of that afternoon shift. Some of y'all might be sneaking and listening to this on your graveyard of that midnight shift. And some of y'all niggas got to get up and go to work first thing in the morning. But at the end of the day, we going to get it in. So let's go ahead and take a shot real quick. Who else up? What's up, Flower Bloom? What's going on with you? Shout out to all my mods in the chat. Y'all already know what it is. Ruler, gang in the building, man. On a late night. But let's get into this Seti Nash content real quick. We're gonna react to this, man. I really haven't seen a lot of interesting updates on this Big U case, but according to Seti Nash, this video is titled "Why Did Big U Try to Hide the Wiretaps from the Jury?" So apparently Big U is trying to hide these wiretaps, man, and I'm like really interested to see what this video is talking about. So let's get into it, man.
A motion to suppress federal wiretap evidence. Here's what 600 had to say about it.
So Big U just filed a motion to attempt to suppress the wiretaps. Sir, it's all going in evidence. You've been on there telling. You know you've been telling. And now you're trying to suppress it. It's all going to come out.
I don't know if I agree. What I do know is if the judge grants it, the government loses key proof. Let's get to the document. So here's what's going on. United States District Court, Central District of California, United States of America versus Eugene Henley. Defendant. Notice of manual filing or lodging. Please take notice pursuant to local rules 5 through 4.2. The following documents or item are exempt from electronic filing and will therefore be manually filed, lodged, list documents filed. That's the check mark, yeah? Notice of errata for defendant Eugene Henley's notice of motion and motion to suppress evidence obtained as a result of search warrants. Notice of errata for defendant Eugene Henley's notice of motion and motion to suppress intercepted communications. 3, consolidated exhibits. Read defendant Eugene Henley's 1, motion to suppress evidence obtained as a result of search warrants, request for Frank's hearing, and 2, motion to suppress intercepted communications. Memorandum of points and authorities. Reason, under seal. Date, February 8, 2026. Craig A. Harbaugh, Eugene Henley Jr., party representative. Birdman hands, bang! Before we move on, here's something you can do and get paid for. This is called free. Sign up for free. Yeah, let's slow down, right? We already read the paperwork, so I'm going to get a bit redundant. So this filing is not a conviction. It's not a ruling. It's not even the judge deciding anything yet. It's just a notice of manual filing, which means Big U said here, because I don't trust the feds. So when people are saying this, remember, Big U already said, yo, bro, the feds, I don't trust them. I just don't. Because what happened is, he ain't been getting this stuff. So if the feds mess this one up, they messed up motions, get kicked out. I think a lot of people ain't looking at that. They're looking at the under seal part. That's it. Now, let's break down what was actually filed. So the number one thing that was filed was a notice of errata for a motion to suppress evidence obtained from search warrants. We'll break down exactly what the hell that even means. And then the second part we're going to break down is a notice of errata for a motion to suppress intercepted communications. Number 3, consolidated exhibits related to the motion to suppress search warrant evidence, the motion to suppress intercepted communications, and a request for a freaking Frank's hearing. Kind of wild. Now, what I'm going to do for y'all, like we always do at this time, the hood lawyer is going to break it down in plain English. A motion to suppress is...
Hey, Sadie, shout out to you for, this video, this content, but people in my chat room said you're not a lawyer. I just want to let you know that, like, somebody, they said you ain't no lawyer, cuz. Let's keep going. Hey, hold on. And this is my thing, though, with this Big U situation. Do y'all, I just want to ask this question while we, reacting to this video. Do y'all actually really think that Big U has a chance of beating this case? Like, I think that we seen like all of the evidence that the feds have against Big U, and it actually looks overwhelming, and it doesn't help that you got people like Wack 100, 600, Eddie Boy, and other people actually, bringing up shit, that isn't going to help Big U's situation. You know what I mean? Like, especially when we're talking about like a jury pool. The jury pool is tainted because if I'm just saying, if I'm a civilian and I happen to end up getting on the jury, ultimately, like, if everything that I've seen of Big U, it looks like he's guilty. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, he ain't no lawyer. He's kind of whack. See, everybody saying, heck no. They gonna get him on something. Right. I don't know. And then on top of that, we still had that situation in Las Vegas where you got people on the internet who believe that Las Vegas is just waiting for him to get sentenced on this Fed case before they file charges in that body up in Las Vegas. So, let's keep going.
The defense asking the court to throw out the evidence. I think We forget that part, meaning they don't want this shit used in trial. Why would you? They're just only attacking the freaking foundation. Now, pause right there. You mean the foundation? Yeah, the beginning of all of this shit. So when a defense files a motion to suppress, that doesn't mean the evidence is actually even devastated. It means that they're doing their jobs. If your lawyer isn't filing a motion to suppress, fire his ass, because every serious federal defense team files a motion to suppress. Every single one. You don't want all the evidence coming in, because if you don't challenge the warrants, if you don't challenge the wiretaps, if you don't challenge how the evidence was gathered, you're not actually protecting your freaking client. Now, let's get into the wiretap angle. People see motion to suppress intercepted communications and immediately jump to, oh, there must be a snitch. Oh, somebody wore a wire. Oh, somebody flipped. No. Intercepted communications does not automatically equal a freaking snitch. So what 600 was saying, it could be true. It could be. In federal cases, intercepted communications usually come from court-authorized wiretaps, Title III interceptions, cell phone taps, text messages, data pools, electronic surveillance, all of it. That's not somebody secretly recording in a car or any of that shit. So the government granting a judge to approve it, that's a big, big difference, because now there could be a cooperator witness in this case. For sure. We know there's going to be snitches. They already said that. Always, always, always. They already said, oh, we got a person who's going to name this, the person with the money and all that. But the document doesn't actually say that. The document says the defense is challenging intercepted communications. That usually means the government obtained a wiretap through a warrant. And the defense is saying, well, shit, hold on. Was the wiretap properly even obtained? Was there probable cause? Did they leave something out? Did they exaggerate something? Because that's actually where it does get interesting. Because this filing also mentions a request for a Franks hearing. And y'all like, okay. Now, if you don't know what that is, I need you to listen carefully. A Franks hearing is serious. A Franks hearing is when the defense argues that law enforcement either lied on a freaking warrant, misled the judge, or omitted critical information that would have changed the judge's decision. Meaning, if you would have knew the whole entire truth, judge, you wouldn't even let this shit go. We actually think, and this is the defense saying, we think the warrant itself may actually be flawed. Let me just give you a simple other freaking example. It's like saying, oh, we have confidential information that a phone is being used for criminal activity. Judge is listening. But they leave out the fact that the source they relied on failed a polygraph or was paid or had charges reduced. Or that them cats were actually under surveillance themselves. So if that omitted information would have changed the judge's decisions to approve the freaking wiretap, that's a problem. And
said he went all around the corner trying to explain that to y'all. Basically, a Franks hearing is when a police officer or law enforcement authorities lie in order to obtain a wiretap, or lie in order to obtain a warrant for a wiretap or a search warrant, or, you know what I mean? It's just basically when they lie, like, hey, they go to the judge with false information to obtain it. The judge grants it to them, and then the lawyers are able to prove that the law enforcement officers lied in order to obtain that warrant. All that long-winded shit.
And it damn sure sounds like that's what they did with the dude paying $100 or $200 or whatever. So that's exactly where the freaking Franks hearing comes. Now, does that request of that shit mean that the police lied? Nah, not necessarily, but it means the defense believes that there's grounds to argue that. It's a strategic move. Now, let's talk about the under seal part, because that's what 600 was on, right? Under seal does not mean explosive secret evidence. It just doesn't mean that. It does mean that content is actually sensitive. In a federal court, right, the filings go under seal when they contain details of ongoing investigations, names of cooperating individuals, technical surveillance methods, private communications, law enforcement techniques, and all of this shit. Court seals things to protect the actual integrity, actually, not to hide guilt. So, if anything, sealing often protects both sides. Now, here's the key part that people are actually missing. This ain't a damn ruling. It's not the judge said suppression granted or suppression denied or none of that. It's simply notice that these motions and exhibits were manually fired. filed. Usually, that means the exhibits are large or physical or sensitive or sealed. That's it. It's just procedural, bro. It's not even dramatic. So I get where people start attacking certain shit and everything, but if your lawyer isn't attacking the search warrant at all and trying to get it thrown out, you don't have a lawyer. You have somebody that's a snake. You actually have somebody that you can bet your bottom dollar ain't looking at your best interest, and you'll be up for an appeal soon. So I get what 600 is trying to do and say that, but because if they succeed in suppressing the evidence, it's going to change the leverage. If they succeed in getting a Franks hearing, that's going to open the door to how law enforcement built their case. And if a judge finds that material misstatements were made, evidence could be excluded. So this is what you want. I don't know why you wouldn't want this stuff. Like, hell nah. Some people is like, oh, he should be trying to get a plea deal. Man, you fight this shit out. This is how you do it right here. So
I mean, at the end of the day, I believe this is all like, posturing in court right now with Big U. I don't believe that, Big U has a bunch of and I'm talking about his defense when I say Big U. I don't feel like Big U has like a big defense put together to fight these charges. I believe it's a lot of posturing going on with his attorneys right now. And they trying to figure out a way for him to actually get out of some of these, charges. But they got so much, like, when you got, let's just say they get some of the stuff thrown out or whatever. It's so much that there's no way that they're going to be able to get every single thing thrown out, because you got to think about this. You still have people who are cooperating and able to put Big U at certain places or certain locations, committing certain crimes and doing certain things, especially like the extortion. Now, a big part of the extortion case is about phone taps, because he was actually sending other people to actually go collect money, and then he was talking about it on the phone. So some of the stuff that, hey, I'm here to collect this money, dude say he ain't got it, what you want me to do? Or he said he only got this amount of money, you want me to take this, or what you want me to say to him? You know what I mean? So a lot of that shit is, you know what I'm saying, on wiretaps. But you still have certain individuals who are willing to put Big U, you know what I mean, throw him under the bus so they can save themselves. So ultimately, like I said, I mean, I don't believe that they got a big defense. I believe Big U is cooked. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I ain't about to sit up here and not say what I really want to say for the sake of content or whatever. I'm gonna just keep it all the way authentic with y'all. I believe that Big U is cooked. I'm not saying that Big U is gonna. I'm not saying that Big U's lawyers aren't gonna be able to get certain things thrown out, because a lot of times when you got a big case like this, they might throw a dog a bone here and there. Okay, you might win here, but we got so many other ways that, or angles, or we got so much other. Let me just say it regularly. We got so many other things that we have against you where there's no way that you're gonna get out of this. We ain't even gonna waste our time fighting you on these small things. We'll give you a small victory, but at the end of the day, your ass is going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I just really feel like Big U is cooked, flat out, man. Somebody said you best bet is to plea out. And then even what does it... So with that being said, and we're going to go to 600. I want to see 600 video, because Seti really was reacting to what 600 said. And we really didn't get a full video of what 600 actually said about Big U. But at the end of the day, though, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me find it first. Yeah, like what could his actual beef? Nah. It must have been a live stream, man. And these live streams is kind of long. Yeah, so we ain't gonna get into that. Let me see. Let's see if anybody else did any content on Big U's. Let me see. Big U, Wiretap. All right, let's play this video right here. This and Hefe is somebody reacting to it. Let's see. Wiretaps. All right, let's see what Eddie Boy talking about with these wiretaps.
I'm like them people. Wait, man, I have to take that weighted vest off. Y'all see that? You know, I just checked my pacer, and the boy Big U has filed a motion of suppress of the wiretaps, the interception wiretaps, and all that type of stuff. Hey man, boy, if you did any telling, if you gave up anybody from that section dealing with that grid program, dealing with anything else, boy, they gonna drag your ass through the mud when they present all that evidence when you get up there on that stand. You go to trial, you gotta know they're gonna drag your ass. They're gonna reveal everything that was on the wiretaps, and you're gonna hear all type of dudes' voices that's from that section. You're gonna hear a whole lot of stuff, and then on top of that, wait till he find out that the boy Bear Claw is the one that gave them authorization to put the taps inside his shop. Boy, this stuff gonna get wild, man. This is why you don't do crime. This is why you don't pay attention to whatever nobody else is talking about. This is why you separate yourself from dudes that's not in the field like that. This is why your crew can't be no busters. This is why, man, you just don't do certain things, man.
At this point, we know that a lot of people that's covering this Big U content, especially like the 600s and the Eddie boys and shit, we know y'all don't like Big U, right? But at the end of the day, man, he's saying some stuff like, this is why you make sure your crew is tight. You make sure your crew ain't no busters, yada, 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 right? Man, listen. We talking about dudes that's in their 50s, kicking 60 in the ass type shit. How many people you know that's that old that's going to catch a case, a federal RICO case, people being charged with the Hobbs Act? These ain't no young boys, right? These ain't no like 19, 20, 21, you know what I mean, 29-year-olds, not even 30. All of these dudes that got caught up with Big U was old as dirt. And a lot of them that did time before, and then some of them ain't even street dudes, and they old as hell. They not about to go to jail, and even if they did a bunch of time before, that's more of a reason why I would suspect they gonna tell too. See, what I'm starting to realize is that people from certain areas and certain demographics and people that claim they grew up a certain way and still claiming, or representing these street gangs and street ties, I'm starting to understand that these dudes ain't like me. And, I'm starting to understand that these are just some old, ignorant, dumb niggas. Like, at my age, I'm going to be real with you, because I'm just tired of, like I'm telling you, I'm tired. And I just said it earlier when I was talking about Big U. I got to keep it all the way authentic with y'all, man. I got to start speaking how I want to speak and saying, fuck who don't like it. At the end of the day, at my age, I shouldn't even be involved in no shit to the point where somebody gonna tell on me or snitch on me. You know what I mean? Like, I should have my shit together. My days of doing illegal shit to get money should be pat behind me at this point. I'm 46. I'll be 47 this year. You feel what I'm saying? So anything that I'm doing right now to get money is all the way legit. All the way legit. Them games that these cats is involved in and playing with, the dope game, that's a young man's game. Even whatever that extortion shit, that gang shit, that's for young people, man. At the end of the day, Big U ain't had no business being involved in the shit that he was involved in at his old ass age. He had an opportunity to do a whole bunch of others. I don't know what Big U was doing with his money, with his funds, right? I don't know what Big U was doing with his funds. I don't know what Big U was doing with the check he was getting for being a part of that grid program, because they got documentation that he was getting big money from that. I really don't know. I don't know if it's mismanaging funds or what, right? But ain't no way in hell I'm still out here extorting motherfuckers and doing all that shit at my old ripe age. I'm somebody's grandpa. And I look at life like this, right? So I just told you I'm like 46, 47, right? I got a good 13 years left. God willing. We got a good 13. I got an uncle that they just found my uncle dead in the house Monday. My uncle wasn't even that old though. He in his 60s. But as men, we check out early. I'm not going to be wasting my time taking penitentiary chances at 50, 40 some years old, to the point where if I get locked up, I'm probably going to die in jail. If Big U when Big U get convicted, the amount of time that he's facing, he's going to die in somebody's federal correctional institution. And we got a dude on here hiding his face. Everybody know who you is, Eddie boy. I don't know if you ugly. I don't know if you got something on you, like if you got cold sores on your lips. You know what I'm saying? Boogers in your nose. I don't know why the fuck you got your face covered up. If you don't want to be on the internet, if you don't want to be identified on the internet, don't get on the internet. But we got him on here, hiding his face and his identity, talking about a hot case, and telling us like when you involved in that, you got to have some solid individuals around you. I don't even want, at my age, I don't even want to be a motherfucking solid individual, because I ain't doing shit to where I'm going to be forced to tell on the motherfucker. And whatever I'm doing it by my damn self. You can't tell. I'm not telling on myself. These old niggas is crazy.
When you get put in a position where you didn't have to do nothing, because man, Big U didn't have to do nothing, bro. He was in a position, man, to where he was getting paid, and he was in a position that he was rubbing shoulders and elbows with a whole lot of people, man. He didn't have to do none of that shit. He didn't have to do no extortion. He didn't have to do no robbery. He didn't have to do none of that stuff, man. All he had to do was stay on his square. I'm gonna post the paperwork on my post about the motion. But hey, man, it's getting funky. And like I told you, I sit back, man, and I pay attention to it, bro. And I follow it, and I'm gonna report on it while I'm sitting out here doing pull-ups, push-ups, and trying to get little bro free. And I got good news about that. And ain't none of you niggas from the 60s helped them either.
All right, man. Hey, hopefully Big U, you know what I mean? I don't know. Suppression, they suppressing the wiretaps, suppressing the warrants. I think that, like I said, it's posturing going on for the attorneys. You know, from what Eddie Boy and 600 is saying, basically he trying to suppress the wiretaps because he don't want certain stuff to get out there in the wiretaps of things that he was doing to cooperating or whatever he was saying. I highly doubt that's the reason why Big U don't want the wiretaps out there. Big U want to suppress those wiretaps because it's a lot of shit in those wiretaps that's going to help get his ass locked up. Well, he already locked up. Help send him up the river, get him convicted. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. That's the Big U news, man. They was just tripping about like who like, and it's crazy. Like, people was questioning who's paying for Big U's attorney when his son plays football. Big U is cool with a lot of different individuals. Who, like, do we really want to be the ones to expose who's paying for Big U's attorneys, man? I think he got David Kenner, the dude who, used to work for Death Row and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's who he got. Hey, salute, more power to you. Hey, Big U, I hope you beat the case. I hope you get out of whatever it is, because I don't want to see my worst enemy locked up. You know what I mean? I'd rather knock you down or something. But I hope he beat the case or whatever at the end of the day. But if I was gonna put, like, say they put it on FanDuel and they said, do you think like Big U is gonna beat the case? And I'm betting that Big U is getting convicted. It's looking crazy. It's looking crazy, my guy. But yeah, let's get into some local news for me. We're gonna get into this Geechi Gotti situation, man. Geechi Gotti, a rapper. I want to say he's a battle rapper. I ain't gonna say he's a rapper. We're gonna say he's a battle rapper out of Compton. And let me see. Arrested, Ohio. He was out here in Ohio. And listen, let me tell y'all something. Let me just explain something to everybody who want to come out here to Ohio and, you know, do shit and you know, think shit sweet, you know, because like I said, I was telling, you know, I was saying back in the day,
traffic stop. We
used to have a lot of people come out here to Ohio from different states and stuff, man, and they, you know, they get money out here. Like, you know, I used to call my city Crack City. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't no heroin back in the day. Weed sold, man, but not like that. The people who was getting money sold crack. I'm a product of that, right? People came out here from out of town and got money. But what I'm gonna advise y'all is, if you want to do some illegal shit, do not come to Ohio. And if you is doing some illegal shit and you want to come to Ohio, I would be coming to do it and getting the hell on. I wouldn't be standing around, sitting around or nothing, man, for many reasons. One, niggas gonna tell on you. Two, the laws here is crazy as hell. Three, the police here is racist as fuck. Four, if you out here with out-of-state tags on your car, I don't care if it's a rental or not, your ass is gonna get cracked. 5, the highways here, I-80, which is like the corridor from the East Coast to like Chicago, I-75 and I-71, they got the drug task force with the Highway State Patrol. They pulling cars over left and right. I don't care if you got your girl driving, you riding in a minivan, you got a white girl driving, whatever, they pulling shit over. You can be in a goddamn semi. They is pulling shit over down. I remember one time they pulled me over, like, because I used to talk to this girl down in Columbus. So I was going back and forth to her house. At the time, I was hot, though. I was still in the streets and shit. They pulled me over one time coming from there. And then they pulled me over twice. Both times I was coming from Columbus. So I don't know if they was thinking I was going down there to get the dope and bringing it back up here or what. The one time they had me pulled over, man, I left my phone in the car. Like my hot phone, my bot phone in the car. I'm telling you, listen, don't come to Ohio with that bullshit. Oh, and then 7, these niggas gonna rob you. That's the 7th part. And they ain't gonna just rob you like and let you walk away. They gonna actually smoke you. People around here get smoked when they get robbed. They don't necessarily just like, I'm gonna rob you. Like, you can be like, oh, I'm giving everything up. I'm cool. You can have it. You ain't gotta put up a fight. They gonna smoke you. You know what I mean? You might survive, you might not, man. Don't come to Ohio thinking shit sweet, thinking it's all corn and white people and shit like that. Trust and believe, it's a hell of a lot of white people out here, but it's a lot of shit going on out here too. But let's check out this Geechi Gotti situation, man. I believe he was in Westchester, which is down around Cincinnati. Cincinnati is one of the Cincinnati Police Department and the police surrounding Cincinnati, Butler County, all that shit. This is some of the most racist areas in Ohio. You better off being up like northeastern Ohio, Cleveland, Youngstown, Akron, Canton, that area, fucking around. You down there fucking around Columbus, Cincinnati, you around all them little racist ass town, little racist, the white cops down that mud.
Stop and a getaway that didn't
Somebody
quite
should have
get
told
away,
cuz.
and thousands of opioid pills recovered.
So 4 men from California are now charged here in Butler County, and tonight newly released body camera video shows how quickly police caught up with them. Our WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson live in Westchester with a story you'll see only here on WLWT. Hi, Karen.
Well, good evening again, Cherie. Yes, among those arrested and now charged with drug possession, a California-based rapper known as Geechi Gotti. His real name is Marcus Fantroy, and police say he was driving down I-75 last week in Westchester when police made this stop.
The initial traffic stop on I-75 in Westchester was short-lived.
All right, I'm gonna stop right here. I just want to back something. I just want to back it up a little bit and show y'all something real quick. Whenever you see an individual get pulled over, or whenever let's just say you get pulled over. Whenever you get pulled over, and a cop don't get out the car, and other cop cars start pulling up, your ass is cooked. If you're doing something illegal, right? Don't think that they just pulling up on me like this. They tripping. No, if you got dope in the car, you hauling dope. You done robbed something, you done shot something, and they pull up with more than one car in Ohio, they about to pull you and whoever else out that motherfucking car, and you going into the back seat. You going in cuffs immediately.
A based rapper known as Geechi Gotti. His real name is Marcus Fantroy, and police say he was driving down I-75 last week in Westchester when police made this stop.
The initial traffic stop on I-75 in Westchester was short-lived. The suspects weren't getting far.
Damn, it's like 4 cop cars.
One exit south near the streets of Westchester. 4 men bailed.
Get down on the ground right now! Get down on the ground!
But police caught up.
I will shoot you! Get your hands in the air!
Westchester police arrested 4 men from California.
Why are you arresting me?
Because your name's Anthony Ellison, you've been breaking into pharmacies all over the place.
And searched the rental car they were in.
We searched it thoroughly. There was a large amount of pharmaceuticals in the car that looked like they came just straight from the pharmacy.
Nearly 3,000 pain pills seized, including oxycodone, morphine, and Vicodin. Drugs that investigators say were stolen.
The drugs that were found were from a pharmacy called the Medicine Shop in Bellevue, Ohio. We believe that cash was found as well that was taken from a pharmacy in Perrysburg, Ohio.
Detectives say they had their eyes on the men since one of them landed at CVG last week. Tyrus crew Anthony Ellison, Laquan Miller, and Marcus Fantroy, also known as rapper Geechi Gotti, all now face drug possession charges.
We're looking at over $10,000 to $15,000 worth of pharmaceutical drugs, at least. That's what it is to the pharmacy. That's not what it's worth in the street. So we're talking lots and lots and lots of bills.
Detective Kevin Berger said in court today, these men, quote, do this quite often.
Man, listen. I'm going to tell y'all something else about Ohio. These guys, and it wouldn't matter if they already had priors or not, because with them being from California, right? They throw the gang shit out the window. Just the fact that they came into the state of Ohio and they from out of state committing crimes inside of Ohio, they done. On top of that, Butler County is not like Cuyahoga County. Cuyahoga County is where like Cleveland is at. It's not Hamilton County. Hamilton County is where Cincinnati is at. It's not Franklin County, where, Columbus is at. These is like big counties where, we do got, large amounts of like blacks or whatever in these places. We talking about Butler County. I'm going to just pull something up. Butler. Hold on. I got it. I'm going to show y'all something. The nigga's done. Now, Butler County, Ohio. I was locked up with a dude from Butler County, too. But we're going to look at the black population of Butler County. Okay. As of recent of 2022 to 2024 data, the black or African American population in Butler County comprises approximately of 8 to 8.9% of the total population, which is roughly 30,000 people. Out of 30,000 people, out of 388,000 people in that county, only 8% of those people are black. Man, listen. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, they was out there in Bellevue where the prison is at. Right. Akron was on murder tapes on Discovery ID last night. Akron is off the hook, man. Akron is off the hook right now. I just was listening because I be listening to the radio when I'm at work and shit. Like a young boy, man, there's like a body, murder up there like last night or some shit, man. But yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea of what Geechi Gotti is facing in Butler County. Like, listen, people that's from Ohio, I don't know how many people from Ohio is in the chat. I don't know how many people from Ohio actually watch me. I'm from Ohio, right? I live out here. But niggas don't be in Butler County like that, like doing that. I mean, you know, they hitting these licks in Bellevue. They hitting these licks in these small towns. You got to get on the highway to get a. It's over. Like, listen, the game is over with out here. I can only speak about the streets and what I know, like, specifically around here. You can't get away with shit for one because we got a bunch of them, what they call them, blip cameras or whatever, all that. Man, listen, it's a wrap. So they was already on to these boys. Y'all see, they said they caught they just tracking the one boy when he got off the plane already. I want to go to Compton Rick Rock video though, because I know Compton Rick Rock. You know what I mean? He know Geechi Gotti. Let me see. I actually think Wack 100 might have reacted to that shit too. But let me see. Hold on. Where he at? Compton. I'm gonna just put his name in. Compton Rick Rock. All right, he got some shit up saying free Geechi Gotti. Okay, here we go. Update. Hey, Compton Rick Rock got like the hardest intro out of the universe on his channel. I'm gonna just keep it real. All right, shout out to Dayton. Dayton, y'all, listen, Dayton, you can tell them like, ain't nobody fucking around in Butler County like that. Man, them little counties and little towns outside these cities, like black people was in the cities. Like, black people was in, like, Lorraine, Toledo, Elyria, Cleveland, Youngstown, Warren, Dayton, Columbus, Cincinnati, Canton, Akron. Outside of that, them other little towns that's outside these cities, they all white, man. They all fucking white. What is you doing? Why would you come to Ohio? But they might know people out here. Maybe they've been out here functioning with people out in Ohio doing shit. But man, listen, let me be the voice to tell people, don't come to Ohio with that shit, because you catch a case out here, man. A state case in Ohio, that's your ass, bruh. That's your ass.
You are now watching Compton.
Like I be seeing, like y'all know I be watching, like, I be tapped into what's going on out in Cali. And I be seeing like people, I be seeing some of the like documentary style videos where it be like, oh, so-and-so rapper, he got caught flocking. He ran up in the house. You know, they was hitting burglaries. They hit licks. He was locked up for 2 years and he got out. Man, listen, you run up in somebody's house out here, you ain't getting no goddamn 2 years. We don't need the 3 strikes law out here. We got MDOs, major drug offender specifications. We got the RVO, repeat violent offender specifications. Like, so they're going to give you 10 on top of 10. We still got tails. Like my son doing 7.5. My son doing like 7 to 10.5 right now. I'm telling you, man, like, do not bring your ass to Ohio doing nothing illegal, man. And if you is, you better get in and get out and hope these niggas don't tell on you.
Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Shout out to Columbus.
All right, man, let's get this show started, man. We're going to speak on this Geechi Gotti arrest. I'm seeing multiple media sources cover this topic, man, such as DJ Academics. I've seen a lot of people cover this, and man, it's going viral at this moment. The battle rap world definitely took a loss right now by Geechi Gotti absence, man. Hopefully he come out on top of this, man. Hopefully this is just something that maybe he got caught up in. We don't know, man. Maybe it's just a case of mistaken identity. Maybe they got the wrong guys. Who knows? They gonna say, man, how they got the wrong guys and we see everything on the news, man. You don't know. We don't know. Nobody was there, man. We don't know we don't know nothing. Only thing we could talk about is what's going on here on the internet that they showing. And this is what I want to say, man. A lot of times, man, when these type of topics get covered and they go viral, you have a lot of people that say, man, what was you thinking? What made you do that, man? Why would you do that? You got all this going for yourself. If you look through all these comments on all these media platforms that's covering it, you're going to see that in the comment section. I seen it all morning. And this is what I got to say about that, man. You don't know what a person could be going through in their life. None of us know. Sometimes you got to look at your life and look around you. It's a whole lot of things that you might do that make people say, why are you doing that? We don't know people's circumstances. We don't know what make a person tick or move the way they move. We don't know. Only thing that we could talk about is what we see and try to make sense of it in our life. That's it, man. We're going to talk about this, man. This is the news outlet that.
All right, hold on. I want to like speak to what Compton Rick Rock just said. And I'm going to base it off of shit that I was just saying prior to his video coming on. He's right. We don't know what Geechi Gotti got going on in his life. We don't know his total involvement in this situation. But what I do know is these people out in Ohio, these law enforcement people, you know what I mean? These racist ass police officers out here. The judicial system is like, if the judicial system isn't against blacks and people of color anywhere else, they are definitely against your ass in Ohio. You are not going to get the fair shake. The judicial system in Ohio is corrupt as hell. It's people that's like locked up right now. Like when I say, you know, a lot of times people are like, oh, such and such is innocent or they didn't do it or this and that. It's the people that we saying that about that we know actually did the shit. You feel what I'm saying? You know, they ain't trying to get out on like technicalities and shit. And salute to them though, because I ain't for a motherfucker being locked up regardless if they did it or not. But with all that being said, the deck is stacked up against them. And so somebody said something about the flock cameras. This state, and I can only speak about my state when it comes to this part of the conversation. Our entire state, and the people that I see people say they from Columbus, I see people saying they from Dayton, so they can attest to what I'm saying. This entire state is being watched on camera. I mean, we got cameras not only do we got cameras everywhere, we got these things called shot spotters. So say somebody get the letting that, you know what I mean, that you know what I mean, letting that go. I know this in my city for sure. We got shot spotters that can pinpoint damn near to the exact point of where them things was let off. It was a situation where, you know, a little boy actually, you know, lost his life because some people went to his house and they lit the house up, you know what I mean, because of some stuff that his father was involved in. And you know, unfortunately, one of the little kids actually lost their life. Not to get into too much into that situation, because I want to respect that family and those people, because I do know the grandfather of those kids, right? But I'm bringing that up to say this. They followed the individuals that did it from the house all the way back to wherever they parked the car, and that's how they found out who the hell they was, because we got cameras damn near on every intersection. The whole highway is full of cameras. You're not getting away with too much out here. So if, in fact, he is involved in what they saying he did, and he was present in these cars, getting in the car, getting out the car, going to do whatever, Buddy gonna be cooked.
That everybody is posting and putting their topics on it, man. And hopefully this is something that these brothers could get out of. Hopefully it won't be nothing too serious, man. So we're going to check out this, man. This is Westchester
Drew
Police
V was
Investigation, Pharmacy Thefts, Arrest California Rapper. They definitely going to put that California rapper on there, man. When you go to other places and you from Cali and you get caught up, man, they definitely going to make it seem like you the worst of the worst.
I hate to keep pausing. I'm going to let Rick ride out. I just want to say one more thing because he said something about this Cali shit. I get it, and I can only speak for my state, especially in my area, because I'm in northeastern Ohio. So it is a difference between southern Ohio and northeastern Ohio, right? But we all from the O. So shout out to every city in my motherfucking state, right? But I know here, California and Michigan has a reputation in my area for bringing shit here. Henceforth, the reason why I know so much about Cali before social media is because we rubbed elbows and shoulders with niggas from out there. I know y'all probably didn't heard me mention, and I ain't got to talk about my family members who are who was affiliated with people, but just actually growing up, being in the game, and actually, linking up with individuals from like PDL in the 60s, in the 90s, in the 30s. You feel what I'm saying? The niggas from Hoover. Like, so California already has a reputation in Ohio for doing certain shit. I mean, we got a whole entire like set of like gear gang. Is a gear gang niggas out in Toledo, like that's really connected to niggas out in Cali type shit. So when they think about California people being out here, they figure they out here being no good. Quick story. I had a homeboy from Aldina Block Crip, and he was coming back and forth with his cousin who happened to be from PDL, but they was family. And they would send them out here. So I would sometimes I'll get a call like, hey, you know what I mean? We on our way out there. One of the times they came out here, people sent them out here. And when they got here, they were supposed to, send whatever once they got here, once they figured out whatever. And so they were staying with me because they came out here. I don't even think they really had no money for a hotel room. So I'm like, hey, listen, y'all can stay at my crib. You know what I mean? At the time, my baby mama had a little apartment that I was trapping out of. I let them come crash at my spot. Couple days went by, they ain't had nowhere to go. I'm like, well, I'm going to just get y'all a hotel room. We had these little like hood cheap hotels downtown. That was like the only thing I could afford to really put them on game. And I think like they might have got some money too from their people sent out here, Western Union, some money to get a room. We get to the room and I can't remember if they booked the room already or whatever. But we was in the car and the police pulled up and they surround the whole car. I'm like, damn, now we ain't got nothing on us. We ain't got no straps on us. We ain't got no work on us or nothing. We good. We clean. But they pull up. They got the whole car lit up. They got the lights on the car and everything. So they pull us all out the car. I had like a 94 or 96 Grand Am, but it was a 2-door. Now the one homie, he big as fuck. His name Moose. He a big nigga from Aldina Block Crib. He get out the car. He huge. Homie Moose still out here too. He driving truck now. Shout out to him. They pulled me out the car, and they pulled my cousin Dev out the car. We call him crippin' ass Dev. They pulled Dev out the car. So, mind you, Devin had been out here in Ohio since like the 5th grade, maybe the 4th grade. So he was born out in Venice. You know what I mean? His dad, his family, they from Venice Showline. So they pulled him out the car. They get me out the car. They pulled my homie Jelly out the car. So they got us all out the car. They patting us down, whoop-de-whoop, whatever. They asking for ID. They want to know where motherfuckers is from and shit, right? So I, hand them my ID. I was on probation at the time too. This is crazy. So I hand them my ID. The homies hand them their ID, so they automatically see they from Cali. They own them. Like, what y'all doing out here? Now they searching my car real crazy. They done brought the dog and everything. And I had just bought this car, but the carpet stank. I don't know. The window was broke from the people I bought it from, so it had rain inside the car. So I had like some potpourri on the I had some potpourri like on the carpet. So, of course, when they see the powder, they think like we didn't open up a bag and they think it's powder. So they testing it and everything, right? So they got the dogs going through the car. They see these niggas from Cali. They like, which room y'all in? They done went up in the room and everything. Like, they own it. I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. I ain't nervous, but I'm kind of nervous because the cop that pulled us over was known for beating niggas' asses and shit. His name Peterson. He ain't even a cop down here no more, but they got rid of him. But so I'm like, wait, nervous. Cause I'm like, Peterson here, he tripping. They asking us, do we know? No. You know what I mean? Like, they asking us, do we know some people that at the time, I don't even know who the hell they talking about, but they looking for this person. So when they get the Cuz, they get the Dev. Like I told y'all, Devin had been out here since 5th grade. He a kid. You know what I mean? He was a kid when he came out here. We grown at this time, but he a kid. They asked Cuz where he from. This nigga tells them he from Venice, California. I'm like, nigga, like, I'm looking at him like, why would you tell them you from California? Like, so now I'm looking like I'm riding around. Now I'm looking like I'm riding around with like 3 niggas from Cali. And you know what I mean? Like I'm the only one from Ohio. I'm looking crazy as fuck, man. That shit was crazy. So I say all that to say, man, I don't know about no other state. Cause I know Cali niggas, they be spreading out. They be a little bit everywhere. But I know if you say that you from California or they find out you from Detroit or Michigan in my city, your ass is automatically on fire. Flat out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's just like if anybody come here, they gonna, especially if you in the entertainment business, anything like that, they gonna make you the face of whatever they doing to make, because they chasing content too. This they content, they gonna make it bigger than what it is. We gonna get to this, man. And like I say, man, before we could judge anybody else, sometimes we gotta look in the mirror and look at our own problems before we could say, why you doing something? Nobody. Only God know that. We don't know that. Let's get to this content, man. But before we do that, man, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. Let's go check this out, man. Let's go. All right, man, let's go over and see what they talking about, man. Let's go.
Traffic stop and a getaway that didn't quite get away.
All right, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna just watch Compton react to
and
this.
thousands of opioid pills recovered.
So 4 men from California are now charged here in Butler County, and tonight newly released body camera video shows how quickly police caught up with them. Our WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson live in Westchester with a story you'll see only here on WLWT. Hi, Karen.
Well, good evening again, Cherie. Yes, among those arrested and now charged with drug possession, a California-based rapper known as Geechi Gotti. His real name is Marcus Fantroy, and police say he was driving down I-75 last week in Westchester when police made this stop.
The initial traffic stop on I-75 in Westchester was short-lived. The suspects weren't getting far.
It did hit sticks.
One exit south near the streets of Westchester. 4 men bailed.
Get down on the ground right now! Get down on the ground!
But police caught up.
I want to shoot you!
You gonna shoot them for? They ain't got no weapons. They ain't doing nothing but running, man. You gonna shoot somebody for? They ain't doing nothing but running away from yo. Listen, man. You see dudes in the streets all day that's out here putting in work, man. You see dudes in the streets that's out here laying people down. I would rather for somebody to go take a chance, get some money. That's just me, man. If I'm gonna go to jail, let me go get me some money, man. All that other stuff, man, let me go get some money. But anyway, man, how y'all gonna be mad at somebody getting some money, man? We don't know. Listen, man, it could be a situation like this. Let's just say we get a car from somebody, or we buy a car and this stuff is already in it. How we know these dudes ain't got set up? How we know somebody ain't plant this on these dudes? We don't know nothing. See, it could be all type of scenarios. Nobody was there. Nobody knows what actually happened. We just going by what we seeing on the internet. And sometimes we'll believe this stuff, man. But it's gonna get more in detail. They got more. Let's check out. Let's check this out, man.
Hands in here!
Westchester police arrested 4 men from California.
Why are y'all arresting me? Because your name's Anthony Ellison. You've been breaking into pharmacies all over the place.
And searched the rental car they were.
How do they know that? How do they know that? He said, why you arrest me? And the police told him everything because you was doing this and because you doing that. This is where the game get tricky at, man. The game get real tricky at some point, man. Because when they pull you over and they already know what they pulling you over, they just come out of nowhere. Wait a minute, how the hell? What? That right there had me scratching my head like, man, what's going on here? And it's this technology, man. This technology is a trip, bro. We can't do nothing no more, man.
We searched it thoroughly. There was a large amount of pharmaceuticals in the car that looked like they came just straight from the pharmacy.
Nearly 3,000 pain pills seized, including oxycodone, morphine, and Vicodin. Drugs that investigators say were stolen.
The drugs that were found were from a pharmacy called the Medicine Shop in Bellevue, Ohio. We believe that cash was found as well that was taken from a pharmacy in Perrysburg, Ohio.
Detectives say they had their eyes on the men since one of them landed at CVG last week. Tyrus crew Anthony Ellison, Laquan Miller, and Marcus Fantroy, also known as rapper Geechi Gotti, all now face drug.
Man, free the homies, man. The homies ain't did nothing. Free the homies, man. Y'all got the wrong guys, man. Free the homies, man. What's wrong with these? Man, my homies ain't did nothing, man. Free the boys, man. Free the guys, man.
Possession charges.
We're looking at.
I feel Rick Rock though, man. These is homeboys, man. Like, listen, you supposed to feel like that at the end of the day, man. I mean, it's a fucked up situation. Like, you know, at the end of the day, niggas is trying to get money, man. But Ohio ain't the place to do it. I just got to be honest. Ohio is a bad, like, it's bad enough for the niggas that's here. But to come from out of town and do something, they're going to look at that, man. That's going to, like, I probably could go, me being from where I'm from, I probably could go to another state and do some shit and it not be an issue. Chicago is another spot that's hot in Ohio. You know what I mean? Like, you coming from Chicago to Ohio doing some shit, you're going to be on fire. It's certain areas that you could come from where it ain't going to be looked at as crazy. But when you come from, like, Los Angeles, Chicago, Detroit, Them is the only three that I can think of. And now if somebody else knows something in the chat, you know what I mean? Like, let me know. But you come from them areas, coming to Ohio, Chicago, Detroit, Los Angeles. It ain't look. You could have came from Oakland, California. You could have came from Oakland. It might not have looked this bad. It's gangs out here. Like this is something that people might not understand though. And I hope my mic ain't tweaking. But it's gangs. It is gangs out here in Ohio, man. Like I think people like get it twisted about like gang banging. You know, it's gang. They gang bang in Ohio, so we already got our own gang banging problem, and then we got gang members coming from out of like state. They look at it a lot different, man. Like don't come out here with that bullshit. Come out here, rap, do your shows, book some shit with some podcasts or something like that, man. You feel what I'm saying? Do some walkthroughs at some clubs, some shit like that, and get the fuck up out of here. Now, if you got your gun license and shit like that, you good in Ohio with the strap because we are allowed to carry, open carry around this motherfucker. You ain't even got to have a gun license to carry your gun in Ohio. You can have that motherfucker on your hip. Just don't come out here on no bullshit. That's all I'm telling you. Like, don't come out here on nothing that's going to get you no case.
Over $10,000 to $15,000 worth of pharmaceutical drugs, at least. That's what it is to the pharmacy. That's not what it's worth in the street. So we're talking lots and lots and lots of bills.
Detective Kevin Berger said in court today, these men, quote, do this quite often. And tonight, WLWT Investigates is still digging into who these people are, if they are possibly facing charges elsewhere. Also, I should note, here in Butler County, Judge Courtney Caparella-Kramer found there was enough evidence to bind this case over to a grand jury. Reporting live tonight in Westchester, Karen Johnson, WLW.
All right, we're going to stop right there, man. From the video that we seen, from the guy that was just talking, explaining what led to all this, it's a case like this, man. I don't know too much, nothing that's going on. I'm not really even, taking no calls on it. People, I'm not even too much concerned about what's going on other than what I see here on the internet. Like I said, this stuff is going so viral. I seen old boy from Nelly's group, Saint Lunatics, what's his name? Ali. I seen the first thing I get up this morning, I see him posted on there. Go to DJ Academics, I see him posted on there. Get online, it's all over the internet because it's the news, man. And when you're a media personnel or when you're on the internet all day, you're going to see this type of stuff get covered. It don't matter which neighborhood they from. The moment you got somebody that's high profile, everybody is going to talk about it. Everybody's going to make it seem like it's bigger than what it is. You got people out here that's doing way worse than this, man. You got people out here that we done seen on the internet who taking lives, man. These guys ain't took nobody life, man. We don't even know for a fact if this is actually, you innocent to proven guilty. We got to let the jury, the judge, and the lawyers, everybody got to do their job. Other than that, man, it's just some more stuff that you going to see on the internet. People going to talk about it, be here today, going tomorrow. Next thing you know, these guys be back on the streets, back to getting their money, get back to getting their paperwork and doing whatever they doing, back in battle rap. This is, like I say, this is a loss right now for the battle rap community. We could say one thing, Geechi definitely turned the battle rap world up. And to come from...
All right, so shout out to Compton Rick Rock. Me and Compton Rick Rock, you know what I mean? We done chopped it up on the back end a couple times. I fuck with Compton Rick Rock. I fuck with his content, right? That's why I'm going to tell you, Rick Rock. Rick Rock done been to Ohio before. He was out here last year at like on a college trip or whatever. This is why I'm going to tell Rick Rock. And they should know this, you know what I mean? People should know this. Geechi is going to need a lawyer in Ohio. You need a lawyer everywhere you go. But he definitely gonna need a good lawyer out in Ohio. If they know people in that area, because I would get a lawyer, I would definitely get a lawyer that's from that area. Like I would try to get the best lawyer that's from Hamilton County. because it's right by Butler County. Hamilton County is like Cincinnati. Butler County is like right there by Cincinnati. I would try to get the best lawyer from down in that area, man. And that's who I would have represent Geechi Gotti. You got to get a lawyer that's from that area, that's familiar with those judges and those prosecutors, man, and familiar, with the way that things is ran down there. I don't know if y'all listen. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, like Ohio is, everywhere is different. Ohio is one of them different type of states, man. But yeah. Salute. I think Young Aunt Hefe and them reacted to this too on No Jumper today. Let me see. No Jumper. Where am I going to No Jumper clips? I'm going to be honest with you. There'd be a lot of shit going on out here in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? It'd definitely be a lot going on.
All right, so yeah, more info about Geechi Gotti's arrest revealed. Police allege that Geechi Gotti and his crew came into town to rob pharmacies of various pills. The police revealed they were expecting them and began watching them once they landed. So as soon as they got in the vicinity, this is New York, right? In Ohio, they were watching.
Let me say something about that. Just in. This ain't about no robbery shit. Just knowing like my history, knowing about cases and shit on Ohio. When they say that they was expecting you to come, that means there's a snitch involved in this situation. Somebody caught a case and told them that Cali niggas was on their way to Ohio to come start hitting lists. Now I believe that Geechi Gotti and whoever else was already out here, and one or several individuals might have still been, on their way out here. I don't know. I got to kind of read up on that. But I really think that it was one individual they said in that first news clip that we watched, who they said was coming or came out here, and they was watching him since the moment that he landed.
Them from the airport because they already knew what was going on. Geechi Gotti was arrested during an Ohio traffic stop that uncovered nearly 3,000 stolen opioids. He faces multiple drug possession charges. This is tough. So 4 men, they were all from California, were arrested in Butler County. We got anything to play for the people?
I-75.
Yo.
That sucks.
And a getaway that didn't quite get away, and thousands of opioid pills recovered.
So 4 men from California are now charged here in Butler County, and tonight newly released body camera video.
Traffic stop.
I'm gonna fast forward it because you already seen this part.
Cash was found as well.
Ohio, you feel me? Earlier, caught with, they was already kind of doing their thing in Ohio. You feel me? And allegedly, you feel me, Geechi got tied in with them once he got out there. It's because, mind you, they was already watching Geechi as he landed because they must have been already watching the dudes who he was already in, he was allegedly in contact with type shit.
Right, yeah.
So it was like, he kind of was like wrong place, wrong time type shit. You feel me? Because he might have been out there for a verse for all we know. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but you attaching yourself to these people who we might already be investigating in Ohio for these type of crimes, and then when we pull you over, you got these type of things in your car, so they could automatically try to make the connection. That's like stuff for bro. He's just like really wrong place, wrong time. But free that man.
Yo, nah, for real though, that shit's crazy. They had his name all throughout this shit. I don't know who the other dudes are at, who they are. It's just Geechi Gotti and the fact that he's 5'9".
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. They gonna be on it. They always gonna be on whoever gonna bring the most attention. You know what I mean? Like they always gonna pick who gonna bring the most attention out the case. So that
you know
shit
what kills
up,
me
man.
about this one though? I hate when I see like a drug arrest, bust or whatever, and they got all the work on them. You got all 3,000 pills in the whip. That's crazy.
But he might have just been getting picked up. You feel me? Like he might have got picked up out. Sure.
Bad free Geechi, bad for sure. That's the homie. It's ugly, man.
This nigga
ugly.
Hey, look, I got.
Hey, this nigga Ant hiding the motherfucker though. Like I'm thinking like we about to watch this. Ant gonna have something to say about it or whatever. Like Ant just showed up at No Jumper high as fuck. I don't know what cuz smoking on, man.
An interesting question for since we on this topic, right? All right, so I was hearing this conversation on Vlad the other day. And he was talking about basically like, all right, getting pulled over with the homie, he got shit. Me to actually take that, or
I'd have said, yeah, I'm the problem. You feel me? Hey, look, it's me, Captain. Hey, don't even play them games for sure.
All right, that's it, man. We gonna move on from this Geechi Gotti situation, man. What we got up next? Let's get into this let's get into this T.I. 50 Cent shit, man. So let me go back to my T.I. and 50 Cent like beefing over like T.I. calling 50 Cent out for what was it? They called him out for like a versus or some shit. T.I. calls 50 Cent out, then threatened to destroy him on versus. Here.
Nah, I said I wanted 50. That's what I said. He don't want no smoke though.
Oh, Lord.
I called my man out. He don't want no smoke. He ducking smoke. It's cool.
Hey, yo, what's good, man? Today's episode is sponsored by Pure Confidence because T.I. woke up and said, yeah, I want to see 50 Cent in a versus. He didn't whisper it. He didn't tweet it. He said it out loud on Nightcap. That's right, in front of Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco. That's like calling someone out to fight in front of security. So T.I. pulls up to Nightcap, chilling, talking hip-hop, legacy, verses, and then out of nowhere he goes, I said who I wanted. I called out 50.
I was supposed to go, and then goddamn, when I was talking to Swiss, I was like, shit, man, yeah, I'd do it. But really, that really would be the one, it ain't gonna happen. But if Gucci, Young and Gucci, that's the one. And then he hit me back. He was like, shit, Tip, don't even trip. I think we gonna get Gucci to do it. I said, well, you don't need me then. But that's the one.
Hold up,
you know what I mean?
But didn't Jeezy and Gucci already?
No, they were before it happened.
Oh, okay, before it happened.
Before it happened, they were talking to me.
Okay. But I'm saying, so right now.
And then I called my man. I said who I wanted.
You want Weezy?
Nah, I said I wanted 50. That's what I said. He don't want no smoke, though.
Oh, Lord.
I called my man out. He don't want no smoke. He ducking smoke. It's cool. So now, here we trying to think about other people who would do it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
We mentioned Wayne, and Wayne wouldn't be bad.
The way he said it, not joking, not laughing, he said it like he already sent the invoice. Shannon Sharp probably leaned back like, wait, you said who? Ochocinco sitting there like, yeah, this finna go viral. Now, T.I. was feeling himself. He basically said if verses was about catalogs, he not scared of nobody. And 50 is one of those ones he wanna see. That's like walking into the gym and saying, I want the strongest dude, but after warm-ups. And don't get it twisted, T.I. got hits. But the way he said it, this wasn't a friendly fade. This was put me in the game, coach.
Damn. Yeah. Tip said he want 50. I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
So let me ask you a question. So it's 20 songs.
Yeah.
It's 20 songs. So let me ask you a question. So is it all your songs, or can it be something that you were featured on?
I mean, I believe it could be anything that you had something to do with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But I ain't tripping. You can.
T.I. might be calling him out for that get back the last time he was performing in NYC. T.I. brought out Jay-Z, Diddy, and Kanye, and 50 Cent ran on stage and ran laps around all of them, basically saying he's selling more than everybody.
Stupid! Big homie! New York City, stand up! King of the South, King of New York, what's happening? Hey, but wait a minute.
Rock is in the building, baby.
You already know. Let these have it.
I said the Rock is in the building.
Where my at?
I always thought T.I. calling himself the king of the South was lightweight corny though. Like if Jay-Z quote unquote was the king of New York, how is you the king of the entire South? That means you the king of like Atlanta, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Texas. Like, you could never be the king of the South. Like, if anybody should have been the king of the South, it should have been Scarface. I always felt that way, but you know what I'm saying? Like, T.I. always been real corny to me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I like T.I.'s Rubber Band Man era like that, but it's after that, man, T.I. was trying a little too hard, man. And he hard pressed to get a battle out of 50, but let's keep going.
What's happening? We got, hey. You can get down, nigga. You can get down. It's all good.
This a real special moment, ain't it?
Come on, you can get something.
This a real special moment,
Let's
ain't
go.
it?
The drama, people suing me. I'm on TV talking like a dick. They ain't tell me nothing. Kanye West, Rockefeller. Big homie Jay-Z. Uncle Diddy. House. 50 had to
Telling you, T.I. got hits, 50 got Anthem, ATL versus NYC, Trap versus G Unit. Now you know T.I. got hits. He gonna pull up What You Know About That, Live Your Life, and bring them out. Respect, that's solid. But when 50 comes out with In the Club, man, that might be gang. You don't even need 19 more songs, just loop it. When Many Men plays, everybody in the comments starts talking about betrayal, trauma, and fake friends. That's not music, that's therapy. Let's keep it a buck though. 50 don't feel like he need verses. In his head, verses is like, y'all forgot about me, let me remind you. 50 thinks people never forgot. Plus he petty, and verses requires peace. 50 don't want to sit next to Tip smiling. He want to crack jokes, disrespect your sneakers, and leave early. After thinking about this for a few seconds, I'm not gonna lie. In the verses, you might can give it to T.I. Why? Because T.I. has so many more albums and so many more songs than 50 Cent. 50 Cent only really has 2 albums because that's all he really needed. T.I. done put out a plethora of albums. So it just might just be a goodie. So here's the verdict. T.I. was bold, 50 Cent was unbothered, and this versus probably never is happening. But the fact Tip said on Nightcap in front of Shannon and Ocho, legendary internet moment. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you team T.I. or you team 50? Make sure you like this video, you subscribe, and tune in next time. Keep it locked.
For your birthday.
All right, let me stop right there based off of what old buddy said. So, let me be real. Get Rich or Die Trying has 20 songs on it by itself. So I'm gonna just we're gonna finish playing this, but let's just say I just want to just pull this up because we can't deny that Get Rich or Die Trying ain't one of the like. I need a track list. We can't lie. Like, I mean, if you from that era, you know what I'm saying. We can't deny that that's one of the best albums to ever come out in hip hop. Let's just be real. I guess they got 20 songs with the remixes, right? But let's just go through it. What Up Gangsta? Patiently Waiting featuring Eminem, Many Men, In the Club, High All the Time, Heat, If I Can't, Bloodhound, Back Down, PIMP, Like My Style, Poor Little Rich, 21 Questions, Don't Push Me, Get to Heaven, Wanksta, You Not Like Me, Your Life on the Line, Thug Love, and PIMP remix with Snoop. We're going to go PIMP is 1. What Up Gangsta is 2. And I'm talking about shit that he can actually do in the verses. Many Men is 3. In the Club is 4. If I Can't is 5. Back Down is 6. 21 Questions is 7. Wanksta 8. You Not Like Me, I don't know. But let's just say he got 8 songs off of one album that he could do in the verses. We ain't even talking about the other shit that 50 Cent is on. So when people tell me that 50 Cent can't do a versus with T.I., I'm like, how the fuck can he? If they only got 20 songs, it ain't like T.I. can do every single song that he done ever did in life. 50 got some shit. Listen, 50 might not have a whole bunch of albums, but in the albums that 50 Cent does have, he got fucking hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, and 50 Cent ain't running around trying to get a versus. T.I. trying to get one for whatever reason, because T.I. still trying to make music. T.I. is still trying to be relevant in the music game. Like, 50 Cent don't give a damn about no goddamn music right now.
I offer you a challenge, sir. Pull your ass up, man, with 20 of your records, man. Sit across from me, man, and get this work, man.
20? And if you got features, I'm pretty sure he got 12 features that he can do too. That's hot. That's fire. I just burped. I'm off that. Add Magic Stick to that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's something that wasn't on that album. Like, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand if you don't want to answer to that challenge, because last time you got challenged, Kanye
Shit
went
like,
your...
I smell pussy, is that you, Irv? I smell pussy, is that you, Ja? Come on, man. Like, 50 got heat. Man, 50 got hits. T.I. got hits too, but like, it ain't gonna be no easy like T.I. win for real. And T.I. you corny as fuck for real too. I'm gonna just be all the way honest and real with you. You corny as fuck. You caught the case in Cali. We gonna get into that before the stream is over too, because both of you niggas got some like allegations, but I don't think 50 Cent's allegations is proved. But T.I., you was on Crime Stoppers. You done caught a couple cases that kind of look like, how'd you get out of that? How'd you only get this much time for that? Then you got caught with this. You and your girl out in Cali type shit. You know what I mean? You corny as fuck. You just corny, motherfucker.
Your ass off. So, you might not want to do that. So, well.
That's
guess
what
you
I'm
ain't scared of your ass, 50.
I'm off that 1738 right now. Yes, baby. I know Jesus is the king. I was trying to be funny. Sorry. Yeah, I'm off that Crime Stopping T.I. Let's go.
Look, man, pull up.
Tip.
Pull on up. Pull on up, man. Pull on up, 50. Bring your ass on outside, 50. Bring your ass on out. Know what I mean? Bring your ass on out. Bring your records. Bring your hit records with you. You and Dr. Dre and Eminem and all y'all, goddamn the G Unit, all y'all bring y'all bring y'all ass on out. Come on, see the king.
We really are like very similarly stacked. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a diamond album. I do not. I don't. And he didn't got 5 classic albums. So.
You think you have 5 classics?
Yeah. I'm Serious, Trap Music, Urban Legend, King, Paper Trail.
I mean, there's 3 in there for sure. 3 in there for sure.
Thing, right? See, this is the thing, right?
3 phenomenal ones for sure.
Listen, you being in New York City. Right?
Nah, this ain't got nothing to do with that. This ain't got nothing to do with that.
But it does. It's incoherent. You don't even see it. You subconsciously do it. You don't understand.
Look, I said this morning. By the way, I said this morning, I'm biased when it.
You can't sit up and say you have 3 or 5. You can't sit up and say how many classic albums you have. You have to allow other people to make that judgment. And I don't think nobody in the history of hip hop has said that T.I. has 5, in an unbiased opinion, has 5 classic albums. I really don't think that that's going on. I really don't think nobody's saying that. But
when it comes to 50 Cent, the same way down there, people would be biased because they lived it, right? You lived it. And as a T.I. fan, when T.I. took over the city, it was a different thing.
Win, lose, or draw, though, you've been called out, man. Don't acknowledge this shit with no key laughing ass posts. We not laughing no more. Don't ignore this shit. We know you see this shit. All the other shit, It's entertainment. That's what you rap do, right? So just take the fade, homie. And let us be entertained, man. I'm gonna tell you, you might win. You might win. You know, 50 ain't no hoe. Tip ain't no hoe for what I know.
All right, so that's kind of highlight the little issue between 50 Cent and T.I. kind of got started. You know what I mean? That was a little warm up, really, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a little more to it than that. Let me go to my history because I had the video pulled up in my history. Here we go.
Chicks.
Hold on. This might not be it. This might not be it. Hold on. I got y'all. Here we go.
When they want to try, look, even for me personally, my character, they would try to attack my character. They'll say he a rat or he this and that.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is ask him who I told on.
Paperwork.
I ain't never told on no in my life.
Yeah.
In the Prem situation, look at this case. It'll tell you who told on him.
Right.
My name ain't in that case.
If there's one thing everybody knows, it's this. Crossing 50 Cent is like signing up for disaster. T.I. found that out the hard way when 50 started dragging his name through the mud over those old snitching whispers that just won't die. T.I. has been carrying that label for years, and it's brought him nothing but side-eye and shade from his peers. And guess who was leading the chorus of voices clowning him? None other than 50 himself. At first, T.I. tried to keep it smooth, acting unbothered, while 50 fired off his shots. But the back and forth only got uglier.
You feel when them New York like 50 and all them niggas trying to do all that old.
I'ma tell you something. When you're fighting a man with no arms, expect to get kicked.
T.I. couldn't help himself and eventually started throwing punches right back at 50. Now here's the wild part. Instead of letting the drama fade, T.I. turned it into a challenge. He called 50 out for a 20-track versus battle, even daring him to do it for his own birthday. Bold move, right? But all that did was fuel 50's pettiness to a whole new level. That's when 50 reached deep into the vault and pulled out the infamous 2008 Crime Stoppers ad where T.I. was urging people to call in and report crimes. The internet had a field day with that one, roasting T.I. left and right. It was a total mess. What makes it crazier is that T.I. and 50 weren't always enemies. They were actually cool once upon a time, even hopping on tracks together, both stacking their money and fame, but success didn't erase the shadows of those snitching claims, and 50, like many others, just refuses to let it slide. And then came the latest rumor that sent fans buzzing.
I'm saying, but they talking about, they try to use that I need to order protection, but why it feels like I'm the here then? If I needed protection, you needed protection, and your protection gone.
Word hit the streets that T.I. was supposed to land the role of Davis McClain on Power, but got iced out because of his tension with 50. T.I. clapped back quick, saying it's all lies, insisting he and 50 respect each other and are cool. But let's be real, 50 hasn't confirmed a thing yet, and with his history, you know he'll speak up when he feels like it. So how did T.I. get stuck with this snitch label that still has 50 and others keeping him at arm's length? What went so wrong between them, and where do things really stand today? Let's dig into it. 50 and T.I.'s tension goes way back. This beef ain't new. Sure, 50 has clowned him across social media, but the roots of their drama run deeper. One of the biggest triggers? T.I. just wouldn't stop pressing for that versus showdown. He wanted it so bad, and the way he kept pushing only made 50 treat him like a joke. But that's not all. T.I. also poked the hornet's nest when he started talking reckless about East Coast rappers, throwing shade that hit close to home for someone like 50. And then came the moment that really sealed his rep, the infamous Crime Stoppers ad. Back in 2007, T.I. was facing serious charges, looking down the possibility of 20 years behind bars. To soften the blow and clean up his image, he popped up in a public service announcement telling people to call in tips and help fight crime. Yeah, you heard that right. T.I., the same guy who built his career on a street image, was suddenly on camera urging people to snitch. That commercial didn't just shock fans, it made his industry peers side-eye him hard. The streets never forgot, and the label stuck.
As a street nigga, how do you make a video like, and I get it, like at some point, you know, we do transition into doing like legitimate things, but some shit we just don't do as well. So as a former street nigga or somebody who's rapping about street shit, how do you feel comfortable making a video, a Crime Stoppers video? You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's always been a question to me. And although people have tried to sweep it under the rug and like tried to make up excuses for it because we, you know, people like the personality. They fall in love with the rapper. And they feel like, you know, if I go against it or if I call it out, you know what I mean, it's going to ruin my, you know, perception of this rapper. But sometimes we got to separate the music from the actions of that particular individual. So although T.I. may make good music that people like, you know what I mean, you can still like and appreciate his music. But at the same time, you can also keep it real and say, like, although your music is good, it's a different look from what you rap about and what you're doing with this Crime Stoppers shit. I can't like sit back and that like that didn't bother me or that didn't like that wasn't a question in my mind when it was exposed that he was doing the shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like him, Gunna, you feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, let's not play dumb. If y'all seen me, the people who watch me, and I'll be on here calling people out for certain shit, or if I'm on here exposing paperwork, and then y'all see Amadi, you know what I mean, Ruler Report, or Ruler Report Rob, whatever y'all want to call me. Y'all see me on a damn Crime Stoppers video. Like, oh, nigga, you be on here calling people out for, you know, certain shit, and now you on a crime. Y'all gonna look at me sideways. It's the same thing with T.I. Fuck him. Like, you was on the Crime Stoppers video, bro. Like, it is what it is, and you can't take that back. It wasn't AI. We seen it in 4K or whatever resolution it was in back then. You can't run away from that shit. And at the end of the day, for what you represent in your songs and what you claim to represent in real life, that shit ain't cool.
Snitch. And for someone like 50, that's the kind of ammo he'll never stop firing. And of course, 50 Cent wasted no time hopping on that train. He was one of the first to throw shade at T.I., and he did it in classic 50 fashion, through music. On G-Unit's track, You So Tough, he rapped, "Get knocked with 10 machine guns, only get 12 months. Hey, don't talk to me, you talk to him, you talking to them. I got the best lawyers money can buy. They said they would have got me 10 or maybe 9. I said, how do you explain how homie breathed? They said, keep your mouth shut or you eat the cheese."
Tough, to everyone listening to it, is an awesome song. Listen carefully. Actually, you don't have to even listen that carefully. There's a line in there directed at another rapper in the game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What line? What rapper you talking about?
It was a line that has you questioning that you have, is it true you have the best lawyers in the game?
I feel like I do.
Okay.
Great.
And you asked them a question that if you got caught with 10 weapons in your car, you would have seen 10 years,
But
maybe 9.
What makes you feel like there's a line to a rapper?
It just seemed to be very coincidental with the timing of things that are going on.
That's like.
Can we deliver the line for me 1 second? I don't want to do it injustice.
You use real life situations to create something that's entertaining without being specific. That's entertainment to me. Like if I had an issue, when have you known me to be indirect with an issue?
Oh, you're pretty direct.
Right, so if I had a problem with any artist, trust me, they would know. You see what I'm saying? When I take it and I write that, it's because a lot of people think that. And they're not saying it because they're cowardly people. You see what I'm saying? So when you write it and you put it there and you leave it and say, watch, let me watch and see what happens. And there's so much controversy around it, you didn't say anything. Then you go, see, they think that. They just won't say it to them because they're a bunch of punks.
Will you drop the line for me? That line that starts off with about having the best lawyers in the game.
I got the best lawyers money can buy. They said it would have got me 10 or maybe 9. I said, well, how do you explain how homie breathes? I said, to keep your mouth shut or you eat the cheese. You so tough.
Are you telling me that's not directed at a specific rap?
Well, I can't. With my intentions, if I have a problem, you know me, my MO, and I would just say something. You know, so it's not really directed at him. It's me taking real life situations that these things are relevant to hip hop.
Period. You see what I'm saying? So I take it and I make something that's interesting enough for people to sink their teeth into, and then I move forward. If you had beef, then we make it beef.
Can you understand? Well, you know me, I'm direct too.
Yeah.
Is that line about T.I.?
Absolutely, for the public to decide.
That was a straight.
So he didn't. So basically, he didn't deny or confirm if that was about T.I., but we know that he was talking about T.I. Somebody in the chat said, "I'm not calling him a snitch." I'm guessing they're talking about T.I. They're not calling T.I. a snitch. I'm not necessarily. I don't know if I'm calling T.I. a snitch for the. I don't know though. That's a different type of thing though, because if you calling in to the Crime Stoppers, is they gonna play the Crime Stoppers video? Do I gotta play it? Okay, all right, I'll play it. Like if you making a video and telling people to call in and leave a tip, the Crime Stoppers, like, isn't the person that's calling in like kind of snitching on the end? Like, not kind of. Is the person that's calling in snitching on like individuals? Let's see. T.I. Crime Stoppers. T.I. You assisting.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip. That can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIPS. Channel 2, community coverage.
How you the king of the South and you on Crime Stoppers? Cuz, like, somebody said, Ruler, I'm just saying, he hit me with the answer that Bill Clinton did. Hold on, hold on. Let's run that back. Let's run it back one more time. Like,
hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is
to help perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. Anonymous tips. Hey, what's up? My name Tip, but this is about a different kind of tip. This is a tip where you can call in and get the people who commit crime, anonymous tip that commit crimes against people, our fathers, our brothers, our sisters, to get them off the streets for the crimes they committed. Man, listen, come on.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets.
The perpetrators. The perpetrators. Jeez.
All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers.
Oh, they're giving niggas a reward for this shit too, cuz. Man, come on, man.
Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIPS. Channel 2, community coverage.
They even, hold on. They even use this nigga name, because you know his name is Tip, and then he changed it to T.I. He said, they called me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip. And then he gave y'all the phone number, and the phone number was 404-577-TIPS. Tips, nigga. They named it, they even changed the phone number so it can fit his name. So y'all can call in on Tello niggas down in Atlanta. And y'all know they was calling it Ratlanta a couple months ago. God damn, man. I ain't gonna run that back again. We're gonna go back to this video. Come on.
Great shot at T.I.'s legal drama back in 2007. Here's what went down. Just hours before T.I. was set to perform at the BET Hip Hop Awards, he got hit with a federal arrest. The twist? His own bodyguard was secretly an informant who delivered him 3 machine guns and 2 silencers after T.I. handed over $12,000 in cash. It was a setup that shocked everybody. Here's the wild part. T.I. was already a convicted felon, meaning he wasn't legally allowed to have those weapons in the first place. With charges like that, people expected a massive prison sentence. But instead, T.I. pleaded guilty and walked away with a surprisingly light deal: 1 year of house arrest, 1,500 hours of community service, and a short prison term that barely scratched the surface. That's when 50 pounced. On You So Tough, he highlighted how the average guy would have been buried under 9 or 10 years behind bars for the same crime, even with a top legal team. But T.I. somehow dodged that fate. So 50's not-so-subtle message was clear. If T.I. skated away that easy, it had to come with strings attached. And in street terms, that meant people whispering the word snitch. Some people started whispering that maybe T.I. had to trade a little information to score that lighter sentence. Not long after You So Tough dropped, 50 was pressed in an interview about whether he was really talking about T.I. And in true 50 style, he played it slick, saying it was up to the public to decide. But let's be real, you didn't need to dig too deep to catch the message. Between the bars and the timing, 50 was basically implying what a lot of folks were already saying. T.I. had been labeled a snitch, and 50 didn't even need to spell it out. As for T.I., he was asked about it too around the time G-Unit dropped that track. Back then, he tried to keep it cool, even giving 50 the benefit of the doubt. But the truth is, T.I. wasn't in any position to clap back hard. The feds still had eyes on him, and stirring the pot could have made things even worse. He had to move careful.
Are coming at you.
Well, I mean, honestly, man, like, to be perfectly honest with you, man, I gotta deal with each situation as how it come out of the person's mouth. You can misinterpret songs, lyrics, you know what I'm saying? When you're being interviewed and someone asks you, how do you feel about this? I gotta take that. I gotta take your verbal rather than listen to your lyrics and jump to a conclusion. And when I heard him speaking on it, he said he wasn't talking about me, you know what I'm saying? And me and 50 always had a decent rapport, you know? It wasn't never nothing negative. So, and like he said this in conversation. At the same time, he said, man, he's never had a problem with saying people's names when he's speaking on them. And like that's not like 50. If he going at somebody, he usually say their name and make it known. It's usually not ever whether or not, you know what I'm saying? And so I think that it's just unnecessary to jump to a conclusion and, you know, create an issue where there is none.
But you know,
spoken like a nigga who don't want no smoke. You know damn well 50 was talking about you. Listen, I would have went at 50 like, listen, motherfucker, I know you talking about me. You going to hear backpedaling. You know what I'm saying? Like acting like you ain't talking about me, but sitting there like sneak disses. I'm gonna address you. Now, listen, a decade, 20 years later, because these niggas old as hell, now all of a sudden, 50 is saying the same shit about you that he said in that song, but now he actually saying your name because you brought his name up. And I don't even really feel like T.I. brought 50 Cent's name up on no disrespectful shit. He brought his name up on some regular shit. 50 Cent just decided to go that route with him and go disrespectful with him. That's why you address, and that's like with the Anne Hefe situation with Wack. That's why you address a motherfucker at the door. My mama tell me, don't take no wooden nickels from nobody. You hit that shit head on. Why waste your time and allow a motherfucker, give a motherfucker grace to keep disrespecting you? Nah, you check a motherfucker at the front door, cuz. And everything I love.
You know how this game works. Drama never stays buried for long. By 2020, that old Crime Stoppers PSA resurfaced online, and the timing couldn't have been worse. This was right in the middle of Tekashi 6ix9ine's explosive racketeering case, where he famously testified against alleged 9 Trey members. The streets were already heated about snitching, and T.I.'s ad coming back into circulation only added fuel. Of course, 50 wasn't about to let that slide. Once he caught wind of the video, he jumped on Twitter with his trademark shade writing, "This the first song I'm gonna play, You So Tough." A clear dig, reminding everyone that T.I. had been begging for a Versus battle. And just like that, the beef sparked back up all over again. That tweet wasn't just petty, it was a whole production. 50 included the infamous Crime Stoppers video and an audio clip of You So Tough. And of course, it didn't take long for T.I. to bite. He jumped straight into the comments, clapping back hard at 50's post. T.I. denied every snitching claim, swearing up and down that he never gave the feds dirt on anyone. But he didn't stop there. T.I. flipped it around and hinted that maybe 50 himself had something to hide.
Life, you see a snitch, slap him when you see him, knock his nose off. So the next time I'm out, instead of asking for a picture like a little hoe ass, come on, knock my mother nose out if you think I'm a snitch. Come on, quit smiling in my face trying to get in my section. Oh, play with me, nigga. Think you're talking to? Play with your name. King never gave no information to get anybody in no for now time with no police. If I am working with the police, it'll be to get him to shoot. You talking about? Play with me.
T.I. wrote back, the video clip is cute, in poor taste, but cute. However, I prefer facts. I've never given any information to any form of law enforcement to get nobody no time for no crime ever. 50 Cent, can you say the same? Shots fired. But T.I. wasn't done yet. He took the fight straight to his own IG page. He reposted 50's jab with a long, heated caption, and right in the middle of defending himself, he doubled down on that Versus challenge. T.I. wrote, I'll take this as an acceptance of his catalog challenge. We got him. He bit the bait. Set this up so I can finally shut this watermelon head, invisible neck ninja up once and for all. That was T.I. going full throttle. He kept pressing his point, once again insisting he never snitched on anyone. T.I. wrote, as far as this clip goes, it's cute, old, outdated, and in poor taste, much like your catalog, 50 Cent. However, I prefer facts, and the fact remains, I have never given any information to any form of law enforcement at any time in life to get anybody anytime for any crime. And then came the kicker. T.I. added that, Supreme told me to ask 50 Cent if he can say the same. That line wasn't just defensive, it was a direct shot, throwing the heat right back on 50 and dragging old Street Whispers into the mix. T.I. wasn't holding back at all. He fired off, that's all I gotta say about that. So let's set this date and pick your songs off that one hot album you got, and let's finally lay your little overrated, outdated, steroid-inflated catalog to rest. R.I.P. to 50 Cent's catalog. I seen you call them Win Ninjas for years, but not the king though. You got the right one. Nas, bring me 50. Clearly, 50 struck a nerve, because T.I. just couldn't let it go. He went into overdrive trying to scrub off those snitching rumors. Right after his IG rant, he jumped on Instagram Live with comedian Kelly K-Dub Walker, once again doubling down that he never cooperated with law enforcement.
If there was another commercial that I could shoot to tell people who were law-abiding citizens to call the police if crime is happening
in their area,
and it would keep me from doing 10 years for some that I was using to protect myself. If I could make that video again in that same circumstance, I would do it time and time again. I ain't that gangster. I ain't that gangster.
Damn, he letting y'all know that, listen, although we may have looked at it like, all right, well, you know, he made the video in poor taste. Maybe he made a bad decision. Maybe the people around him like, hey, listen, Tip, this would be a good, like, you know, thing for you. You know, you trying to do different shit in the community. You should make this video, you know what I mean, this Crime Stoppers video. And then, you know, he talked into it, but, you know, later on down in life, he felt like it was a bad decision. Nah, this little yellow nigga, I'm yelling my damn self, but this yellow nigga just told y'all that if he had it to do all over again, he would still make the Crime Stoppers video. He said, I ain't that gangster. I'm not that gangster. But stop making music talking like that. And stop talking to niggas like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you gonna portray something, that's the fucked up thing about rap. You can't rap any other genre of music, you might be able to get away with it. It's to be men who like other men who sing about women. You know what I mean? Like, it's people who sing about, like, the way that they, you know, would romance a woman who ain't getting no ass. You feel what I'm saying? Like, who ain't getting no pussy from nobody. As a rapper, you have to, and I hate it, you know what I mean, for certain people, but you have to be about what you rap about. This man makes music talking all kind of shit, like gangster street type shit. And here he is saying he would make the Tip video again and saying that he's not that gangster. That's why rap fucked up now.
I'm not that gangster. I ain't finna tell on nobody. I ain't finna take no stand. I ain't wanna get nobody locked up. I ain't finna do nothing that gonna cost nobody no time. But
how you feel when them niggas be like, man, them tip, man, all the shit.
Man,
hey, we on the bullshit. You been drinking, I've been drinking.
T.I. wanted everybody to know his name was clean, but you already know. The more he talked, the louder the whispers got. But T.I. didn't stop there either. He kept the conversation alive during an appearance on the Big Facts podcast. Of course, the host pressed him on that infamous Crime Stoppers commercial and asked how he feels about people labeling him a rat because of it. T.I. stood tall on his stance, repeating that he never gave up anyone, never worked with the cops, and that the ad was just part of his court-ordered deal to reshape his image. And when they specifically asked how he felt about New York rappers like 50 Cent mocking him over the video, T.I. didn't back down. He gave a response that made it clear he wasn't afraid of the shade coming from up north. That boldness must have caught 50's attention because about a week later, he decided to clap back in true 50's fashion, straight to Instagram with a post that had everybody talking. The only twist? He later deleted it, leaving fans wondering what made him switch up. 50 wasn't staying silent. He reposted that clip from T.I.'s interview and threw in some words of his own. He wrote, "This was a week ago. This dude was backstage telling me about a comedy show he's working on. I don't like all this kind of stuff. It wouldn't be a good idea to come around me again. Respectfully, stay away from me." That's 50's way of saying keep your distance. But just when it looked like the beef couldn't get messier, it did. After King Von's tragic death, T.I. made some comments that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And 50 was one of the first to check him. Just days after Von and two others were killed in Atlanta on November 6th, 2020, T.I. jumped online to speak on the violence in his city. He posted, "Atlanta is a beautiful, progressive city filled with black excellence. We uplift each other and win together. Stop coming here to kill each other. That is just played out." He captioned it with, "Handle your beefs in your city. Thanks in advance, King." On the surface, T.I. was pushing for peace, but many saw it as badly timed and disrespectful, especially since Von had just lost his life in Atlanta. That's when 50 stepped in again. He reposted a story from King Von's sister, Kayla, who wasn't holding back. Kayla wrote, "And these are facts, but the energy he always putting in people's business need to be the same energy. He need to make it right with his daughter. No way is my brother 50 Cent. Get on his AI."
When them New York like 50 and all them niggas be trying to do all that old.
I'ma tell you something. When you're fighting a man with no arms, expect to get kicked. Do what they can. What they can. Go with whatever they can to hurt you. Whatever they feel will hurt you. What they don't know is, I don't give. I am at peace with myself. I know who I am. I know what I've done. I know what I haven't done. I ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. I walk around with my head up, with my chest out. I be by myself most of the time. I don't give a about how nobody feel about me. If they really didn't like it, they would approach me with their anger and get met with equal opposite action.
I count 6 shots. By co-signing her post, 50 made it clear he was siding with Von's family, and once again, putting T.I. on blast at the worst possible moment. When 50 caught wind of Kayla's IG story, he didn't hesitate to check T.I. directly. He posted, "You gotta chill, you bugging for saying anything. They got casualties, this is real. I don't know what you was thinking, but rethink it. Now they are hurting, they love that boy. He was way out. I bet you don't even realize they ready for you after what you just said. What hood you from again? Come on now, it's quiet time now." That was a heavy warning, and T.I. actually did go quiet for a little while after that. But if there's one thing about T.I., it's that he can't stay silent for long. Soon after, fresh rumors started swirling that Tip was close to landing a major role in 50's Power universe, until his shots at 50 allegedly cost him the gig. Of course, T.I. wasn't having it. He jumped back in to clear the air, denying that his issues with 50 had anything to do with missing out on the role. But the gossip kept spreading. It all kicked off when Gianni Paolo, the actor who plays Braden Weston on Power, told TMZ that T.I. was supposed to play Davis McClain, the slick lawyer who's now portrayed by none other than Method Man. Even Michael Rainey Jr., who plays Tariq, chimed in. He revealed that one day they just showed up on set and Method Man was suddenly there. No warning, no explanation. That left plenty of room for speculation. And the whispers behind the scenes suggested that maybe, just maybe, 50 and T.I.'s feud had something to do with Method Man sliding into that role instead of Tip. Whether it's fact or just industry chatter, it only kept the tension alive. When T.I. caught wind of all that chatter, he wasted no time addressing it. He pulled up on Tony the Closer's podcast to shut the rumors down once and for all. T.I. insisted there was zero truth to the claims about him being cast as Davis McClain on Power. He doubled down, saying the story was fake and stressing that he and 50 actually share a lot of respect for each other.
I seen the post today where they were saying that you were supposed to be in, I guess one of the Power, what's the name? I guess two of the actors on the show said that you were actually supposed to be on the show, and then they replaced you with Method Man, and they weren't expecting it or something.
No, that's not true. 50 and I, we were executive producers on a different show outside of the Power universe. But nah, man, me and 50 cool. I'm the only one who's not offended by his brass approach, and he's not offended by mine. So, you know, we play rough, but we ain't no issues.
But here's the...
All right. Okay, so that's a little backstory of, you know what I mean, their beef with each other, man. Again, 50 Cent and called this dude out on his Instagram page lately. Let's see. They've been going back and forth on the Instagram. I don't know how true this is. I seen this while I was like scrolling around. Them saying that Geechi Gotti's case got picked up by the feds. I don't know how true this is right here. So I really don't want to spread this too much. We'll see. We'll see what come of that tomorrow. They go Yam Bell Pepper knows. But 50 Cent, you know, he did his thing talking about dude or whatever. Let me see. Where is it at? We might have took it down because I don't see it. Oh, here we go. So he posted these two clips. Now, we played this one already. And he captioned it by saying, I know Atlanta pick and choose who they support, but y'all got to do better. Keep my name out your mouth. After T.I. had basically spoke on 50 Cent on that Shannon Sharp interview. And then he posted this as well. And he said, no, I don't like that. Now, let's listen to what he say on this right here. This is him taking the stand.
People call me
This is T.I. taking the stand in Ohio from when his homeboy Phil got knocked down in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm. You recognize who that is?
Yeah, that's Phil.
Okay.
Oh, that's his body.
In 34A.
Yeah, that's the entry wound.
And that's a picture of Fallant with the bullet hole in his head?
Yes, it is.
And that's the bullet hole that you described to the jury as being in his temple on the left side?
Yeah.
How did Fallant's family find out about his death?
I told him. I called his mom first, then I told his cousin. I told his little girl.
How old was his little girl?
His daughter was 4 years old at the time. 5 years old at the time.
And how did you tell his daughter that her father was dead?
He's in a better place and he won't be coming back. And I told him how much he loved her.
And how did you tell his mom that her son was gone?
Well, first I apologized. I apologized because, you know, I felt that, you know, all of those rounds were fired for me, you know, in my opinion. So I apologized to her at first, and then I told her what happened to the best of my knowledge, and I told, you know, I didn't get to really say much after that. There wasn't much else to say. Mm-hmm.
Some people may look at it crazy because he took the stand. I do feel like T.I. felt like he was responsible. Somebody said, where's the whole 45-minute video scrubbed from the internet? Which 45-minute y'all laugh because I said bell pepper nose. What 45-minute video though, John? You talking about the 45-minute video of him testifying? Let me see. T.I. testify. Let's see. Damn, maybe it ain't on. Maybe they did take the whole full testimony down. All I'm seeing is little small clips. Damn. I mean, they might have, they might have scrubbed the internet of that shit. I don't see it. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it, y'all. Like, I don't see that nowhere. It's all short clips of it.
The Club Ritz, that club in Roselawn, where police say it all started. Now, T.I.'s entourage was partying at the Club Ritz. They were there after a concert at Bogart's. There was a fight. According to police, they left in 2 vans, but according to the police, they were followed by Jose Thomas and his brother Padron. Shots were fired back and forth. 4 people were injured. Falant Johnson died. Now, T.I. is subpoenaed to testify tomorrow, but is not expected until Friday. The rapper has the #1 album on Billboard's rap chart and the 2 top singles on Billboard's Hot 100. Today, both sides laid out their cases. The prosecution says Jose Thomas's brother will testify that he drove while his brother shot at T.I.'s van. The defense says all the testimony is coming from criminals cutting deals who didn't come forward for a very long time.
Yeah. Somebody said he was so sincere, too. You would think the king would have just got back. I had it on my old computer. They've been scrubbed it. Yeah, because it definitely ain't on the internet. That's wild. Damn. Now Crown Court TV got the transcripts, but we ain't about to listen to nobody read that shit. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to it real quick. What we got up next? What we got? Wack. Let's get to this Wack 100 shit. I really want to go over the little baby stuff though, man. Let me see. Let's get. I thought I had a video pulled up of this little baby incident.
Unfortunately, it's looking really bad for little baby, and as I'm going to show you, the police have already been looking very closely into his operation, and this is just going to be the cherry on top, unfortunately, for prosecutors that have been coming for 4PS.
Lil Baby is under some serious legal trouble after shooting at the NFL player Keon White. He was forced to finally speak out publicly about this situation to try to clear his name, but it looks like the feds are already on their way. Before we get into what Lil Baby's response was, let me break down this whole story for y'all so y'all could understand this. Bro, this situation is absolutely wild, and I'm telling you right now, this might be the end of Lil Baby's career as we know it. And yo, before we dive deep into this madness, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button because we about to break down some crazy details that the mainstream media ain't telling you. No cap, this story got layers to it that's gonna blow your mind. We talking about strip clubs, NFL money, federal investigations, and street politics all colliding in one night. Y'all are not ready for this. First, let me break down who Keion White is for y'all who don't follow football like that. This ain't just some random dude. We talking about a 27-year-old NFL defensive end who's 6 feet 4 inches, 285 pounds of pure muscle. This man gets paid millions to literally tackle people for a living, fam. The 49ers just traded for this dude from the New England Patriots back in October, and he was having a breakout season. We talking about a professional athlete who's worked his whole life to get to the NFL, making that generational wealth, living the American dream. And in one night, all of that almost got taken away because of some rap beef nonsense. What makes this even crazier is that Keion White ain't even from the streets like that. This is a college-educated professional who stays out of trouble, focuses on his career, and minds his business. So for him to get caught up in this type of situation shows you how wild this whole thing really is. So let me paint the picture for y'all on how this whole mess went down. It's February 9th, 2025, right after the Super Bowl, and we got parties happening all over San Francisco. The whole city is lit because they just hosted the biggest sporting event in America, and everybody's trying to celebrate. Now, Keion White, this 49ers defensive end who's making millions, decides to throw his own private Super Bowl party at this spot called Dia Lounge on Mission Street. But here's where it gets crazy. This wasn't just any regular party, fam. We talking about a full-blown strip club situation with topless women, dollar bills everywhere, the whole 9 yards. The police report describes the scene like something out of a movie. They said when they walked in, there were numerous scantily clad females picking up dollar bills that were strewn all over the floor. Some of these women were completely topless and were clearly adult entertainers. We talking about a full strip club experience in a private setting. Now here's where the story gets interesting. Lil Baby had just performed in San Francisco the night before as part of his tour. After his show, instead of going back to his hotel like a smart person would do, this man decides he wants to keep the party going. And guess where he ends up? That's right, trying to get into Keion White's private party. But here's the thing, Lil Baby and his crew weren't invited. According to the police report, Lil Baby's entourage was upstairs on the main floor of the club, but they wanted to get into Keion White's exclusive private party that was happening downstairs. Y'all already know how this type of stuff goes. When you got rappers trying to crash NFL players' parties, somebody's ego about to get bruised. So picture this scene, gang. You got Keion White, this 6'4", 285-pound NFL defensive end who's used to hitting people for a living, surrounded by his friends and family celebrating his success. Then you got Lil Baby, who's maybe 5 feet 8 inches on a good day, rolling up with his crew trying to get into this man's private section without permission. Now, we don't know exactly what was said during this confrontation, but witnesses told police that the argument got heated real quick. One witness said that Lil Baby's crew was being aggressive, trying to force their way into the private area. Another witness said that Keion White stood his ground and wasn't backing down from nobody. Think about it from both perspectives. Lil Baby probably felt disrespected because he's a famous rapper who's used to getting VIP treatment everywhere he goes. But Keion White probably felt like, this is my party, my money, my space, and y'all ain't invited. Both of these dudes got big egos, and neither one was willing to back down. And this is where everything goes left, for real, for real. The witness told police that when the argument got too heated, he went upstairs to get the manager to help defuse the situation. But while he was gone, that's when he heard 2 gunshots coming from downstairs. When he came back down, the scene was absolute chaos. Keion White was on the ground with a bullet wound in his left ankle, bleeding everywhere. People were screaming, running, trying to get out of the club. The party atmosphere turned into a crime scene in seconds.
That hurt 49ers defensive end Keion White. It happened early.
Man, you know what? Somebody in the chat said, take your butt home and go where you want it. Like, listen. One thing that I learned when I used to like go out and shit is that every time we went to like an after hour or something that was going on after the actual club closed, it was 9 times out of 10 some bullshit was gonna happen. Either it was gonna be a fight or they was gonna start shooting. Now, we gotta ask this question, and I think club owners as well as security got to be held responsible at the same time too. Because just because somebody is a rapper, I feel like that shouldn't give them the right to enter into a building or a club setting without getting searched. I believe that everybody inside the club or inside the building should be searched. And apparently in this situation, they allowed Lil Baby and his crew to come in there without getting patted down. Now, this dude got some paper. But at this particular time, man, the club could be held liable in a civil suit for him actually getting shot. And imagine had it been worse. Imagine had he been killed up in this club. Y'all didn't let this dude, Lil Baby, in here with these little nappy head niggas from Atlanta who he riding around with. They come in here with a gun. And now they feeling some type of way because this football player who plays football in San Francisco is having his own private party during Super Bowl weekend, and y'all corny motherfuckers can't get in. So now y'all feel like that's crazy. Like, how am I gonna be mad at somebody else because they won't allow me to come in and party where they partying at? So you want to shoot me because I want to allow you to party with me? Just go somewhere else. Go where, like, listen, I don't go where I'm not wanted. I go where I'm wanted. I go where I'm invited. I'm not just trying to show up just anywhere. That shit don't make no damn sense. So now, I highly doubt that Lil Baby actually pulled the trigger, but he's the person whose name is being thrown around in this situation. It just don't make sense, man. It don't make sense. You done brought these, because you basically paid for some idiots to come out to San Francisco with you, and now they done got you in a world of trouble. This shit ain't gonna just get swept under the rug.
Early yesterday morning at a nightclub in San Francisco's Mission District, our partners at SF Standard report White was hosting a Super Bowl party at Delia Lounge on Mission Street. At some point, White got into an argument involving rapper Lil Baby. That's when White was shot in the ankle. Nearby residents say they were woken up by police activity.
But wait, it gets even crazier. Another witness said she heard 4 gunshots, not just 2. And when the police showed up at 4:06 a.m., they found not 1, but 2 different shell casings, a 9mm and a .45 caliber. That means either somebody had 2 different guns or 2 different people were shooting. Either way, this wasn't no accident. This was some serious street stuff going down.
Window is like right by my bed, and so I saw lights. Like, I think that's why I woke up at first. I think I kind of knew that it wasn't like the most safe place, but honestly, I mean, like, it kind of seems par for the course. Like, I'm not like entirely like, how could this happen here?
The police also found an abandoned cell phone at the scene. Now, I ain't saying it belonged to anybody in particular, but you know the Fed's gonna be checking that phone for fingerprints, DNA, call logs, text messages, everything. That phone might be the key piece of evidence that brings somebody down. The police report paints a wild picture of what they walked into. At 4:06 a.m., officers responded to reports of shots fired, and when they got there, the scene was like something out of a movie. They said there were still partygoers trying to leave, topless women sweeping up dollar bills, and blood on the floor where Keon White had been shot. One officer wrote in his report, "As I entered, I saw numerous scantily clad females picking up dollar bills that were strewn all over the floor. Some of the females were topless and appeared to have been adult entertainers." Can you imagine being a cop walking into that scene at 4 a.m. with gunshots, half-naked women, and money everywhere? And here's the part that shows Keon White is really about that life. When the police asked him who shot him, this man said nothing. He kept his mouth shut, didn't snitch, didn't cooperate. The police report specifically says, when asked who had shot him, White was uncooperative. That's some real street code right there, even though he's an NFL player making millions. Now let me break down why this situation is so much worse for Lil Baby than y'all might think. This ain't his first rodeo with the law, and the feds have been watching him for a minute. We talking about years of investigation, surveillance, and building a case. See, Lil Baby has been trying to duck a RICO case ever since the Atlanta District Attorney Fonnie Willis announced that she was going after him and his whole 4PF crew. And when I say going after him, I mean they got a whole task force dedicated to investigating his organization. The feds don't just wake up one day and decide to investigate somebody. They've been watching Lil Baby's moves, tracking his associates, monitoring his social media, analyzing analyzing his music lyrics, everything. They got files on this man that probably thicker than a phone book. Let me tell y'all about the incident that really put Lil...
Hey, I want to ask y'all a question real quick. And this ain't got nothing to do with what we watching right now, because I'm just kind of thinking of like, the last topic we got is this Wack 100 topic where a dude named Lil Evil or Baby Evil came out and said some shit about him and some type of funeral incident. So I'm gonna put a vote in the chat. I'm gonna put a poll up. Start a poll. All right, there we go. Start that poll. All right, we back on.
Lil Baby on the Fed's radar because this story is absolutely insane. This man decided to go record a music video right in his ops neighborhood. We talking about enemy territory, gang. That's like walking into a lion's den with a stake around your neck, then posting it on Instagram for everybody to see. So Lil Baby and his crew pull up to this block in Atlanta where they know they got serious beef. We talking about a neighborhood where people have been killed over this rivalry. And instead of staying away like any smart person would do, this man brings cameras, lights, his whole production team, and starts filming a music video like he owns the place. The video showed Lil Baby and his crew flashing money, throwing up gang signs, and basically disrespecting everything about that neighborhood. They were taunting their enemies, showing that they could come and go as they pleased, and there wasn't nothing nobody could do about it. Now, you know how the streets work. You can't just disrespect somebody's block like that and think there ain't gonna be consequences. The ops saw that video and felt like they had to respond. Their reputation was on the line, their territory was being disrespected, and they couldn't let that slide. Sure enough, after that music video dropped and went viral, the ops came back and spun Lil Baby's block looking for revenge. They rolled up heavy, armed and dangerous, ready to send a message. But here's the tragic part. They didn't get Lil Baby or any of his crew. Instead, 2 innocent kids got caught in the crossfire and lost their lives. We talking about a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old who ain't have nothing to do with this rap beef. These were somebody's children, probably walking home from school or hanging out in their own neighborhood, and they got killed because of some stupid music video beef.
New tonight at 11, police are working to try to find out who opened fire on the set of a music video reportedly featuring Atlanta's very own Lil Baby.
The shooting happened just before 5 o'clock tonight. There is a map right here on your screen of where this all took place on Verbena Street. That's in the Dixie Hills neighborhood in the northwest part of the city.
3 men were shot just feet behind me in this parking lot. One shot in the neck, another man shot in the back, the third victim shot in the arm.
The families of these kids were devastated. The community was outraged. And the feds looked at this situation and said, hold up, this music video directly led to a retaliatory shooting that killed 2 minors. That's when they started building a case that Lil Baby's actions were what caused those kids to die. The authorities started treating this like a RICO case, saying that Lil Baby wasn't just a rapper, but the leader of a criminal organization.
Those suspects, as far as the 3 victims, they are expected to survive. As of this hour, Lil Baby's team has not commented on the shooting.
They argued that his music video was essentially a gang activity that resulted in murder, and that made him responsible for those deaths. They started investigating everybody in his crew, looking at their criminal histories, their social media posts, their financial records. They got wiretaps, surveillance footage, informants, the whole federal investigation playbook. And RICO cases don't play around, gang. We talking about 20 years to life if they can make it stick. The feds also started analyzing his music lyrics, saying that his songs were basically confessions to criminal activity.
All this shit sound like overt acts in a RICO case that they building on Lil Baby, from his video shooting incident to the retaliatory shooting that they placing on him where the youngins got hit up, to the shit that happened out in San Francisco. Like, Lil Baby definitely is. I can't say I guarantee that charges is coming, but all the signs and all the indicators are there that a case is being built on him and the things that he's continuing to involve himself in is like basically giving them even more evidence and more ammunition to actually bring these charges on him.
Every time he rapped about violence, drugs, or street life, they treated it like evidence of his criminal enterprise. The 4PF to glass window transition. Now, Lil Baby ain't stupid. When he saw the heat coming, he made some strategic moves to try to distance himself from the street stuff. The first thing he did was end his label 4PF, which stood for 4 Pockets Full, because the feds were treating it like a criminal organization instead of a music label. But here's where it gets interesting. He started a new label called Glass Window, and the name choice wasn't random. Let me break down the psychology behind this rebrand for y'all. The name Glass Window is supposed to represent transparency, like he's got nothing to hide, everything is see-through and legitimate. It's his way of saying, look, I'm not on that street stuff anymore. Everything I do is clean and above board. Y'all can see right through me because I got nothing to hide. He also changed up his whole image. Instead of posting pictures with guns and drugs, he started posting about his business ventures, his charity work, his family. He was trying to show the world that he had evolved from a street rapper to a legitimate businessman. Lil Baby also started distancing himself from what people call crash dummies. Those are the people in your crew who make stupid decisions that can bring heat on everybody. He cleaned house, got rid of people who were too connected to the streets, and tried to surround himself with more professional people. He hired legitimate business managers, accountants, lawyers, people who could help him navigate the legal system and keep him out of trouble. He started investing in real estate, restaurants, and other legitimate businesses to show that his money was coming from legal sources. But here's the problem, gang. You can change your label name, you can switch up your crew, you can hire all the lawyers in the world, but if the feds already got you in their sights, it's hard to shake that heat. And this shooting in San Francisco just gave them more ammunition to use against him. Now let's talk about why this San Francisco shooting is probably going to be the nail in the coffin for Lil Baby's freedom. When you shoot an NFL player, you ain't just dealing with local police anymore. You got multiple agencies involved, multiple jurisdictions, and way more resources being thrown at the investigation. First, you got the NFL involved. The National Football League is a multi-billion-dollar organization that protects its players like they're precious commodities. When one of their players gets shot, they don't just sit back and hope the local police handle it. They got their own security team, their own investigators, and they work closely with law enforcement to make sure justice gets served. Then you got the 49ers organization involved. This team just traded valuable assets to get Keon White, and now their investment might be ruined because of some rap beef. They're gonna want answers, they're gonna want justice, and they got the money and influence to make sure they get it. You also got the mayor of San...
Yeah, it's safe to say that this shit, this done caused Lil Baby a little more than he expected, man. This ain't good right here. He probably somewhere nervous as hell right now, man. I'm pretty sure, see, we don't be knowing everything. I'm pretty sure Lil Baby done actually been invited to a sit down with law enforcement by now. Or they called or reached out to his people to try to get a statement, or to get him to actually, you know what I mean, come in and talk to them. Maybe not come in and talk, but hey, we need a statement or something from him on what happened. What did he see? What does he know about Keon White getting shot at this after party where these strippers was at?
San Francisco making public statements about this incident. Mayor Daniel Lurie said, any violent incident in our city is unacceptable, and I'm hoping Keon recovers quickly. I've spoken with SFPD and 49ers leadership. When the mayor is personally involved in talking to NFL leadership, you know this ain't getting swept under the rug. But here's the kicker that makes this a...
And it happened Super Bowl weekend. Oh, this mayor ain't playing. Somebody in the chat just said this new mayor is not playing. He's not playing. This was Super Bowl weekend. This is one of the most important weekends that San Francisco is going to have for a long time. And you and your crew come in from Atlanta, and not only did y'all shoot somebody, but y'all shot one of our athletes, one of our players from our professional football team during Super Bowl weekend. Oh, y'all asses is cooked. Somebody is going to jail for this shit. Somebody is about to catch a case behind this incident. On top of, y'all already know the club got cameras.
federal case. This happened across state lines. Lil Baby is from Atlanta. The shooting happened in California, and it involved interstate commerce, the NFL. That automatically makes it federal jurisdiction, which means the FBI can get involved. The feds can tie this shooting to his ongoing RICO investigation and argue that it's part of a pattern of criminal behavior. They can say that Lil Baby leads a criminal organization that operates across multiple states, engages in violent activities, and poses a danger to public safety. They can also argue that this shooting was done to further the interests of his criminal organization, maybe to protect his reputation, to send a message to rivals, or to maintain his street credibility. All of that fits perfectly into a RICO case. From a legal standpoint, Lil Baby is looking at both criminal charges and civil lawsuits, and both could destroy him financially and personally. On the criminal side, he's looking at attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, conspiracy, weapons charges, and potentially RICO charges. In California, attempted murder can get you 15 years to life. Add in the weapons charges and conspiracy, and he could be looking at decades in prison. But the civil side might be even worse financially. Keon White could sue for millions of dollars in lost earnings, medical expenses, pain and suffering, and punitive damages. We talking about an NFL player who was making...
Imagine if Keon White can't play another day of football because the entourage that was with Lil Baby shot him and fucked off his career. Imagine the liability that Lil Baby is going to be facing in a civil suit. That's why you got to have the, listen, you got to have the right, when you got money, when you got something to lose, you got to have the right people around you, and you got to be in the right environments. And Lil Baby was moving wrong the entire weekend, man. I seen a video of Lil Baby going to a hood store, taking pictures with people that's from San Francisco, was like, oh yeah, like they was mentioning the name of the like little corner store that he was at, like, oh yeah, he in the trenches. He in the hood. I think it was like Wigs TV or somebody who like did a like reaction to, you know, Super Bowl weekend being dry in San Francisco, and then he showed Lil Baby. He was moving wrong the entire weekend, man. When you got money like that, man, you ain't got to prove yourself by going to the hood. Look what happened to, you know what I mean, the individuals that we did see going to these hoods in cities that they weren't from. They got smoked. They got in trouble. You feel what I'm saying? They catch body. Like, you moving all wrong. You moving sloppy. You got too much money for that. Trying to impress some motherfuckers who don't give a damn about you, man. That's what's wrong with a lot of these rappers and entertainers that got money. You trying to put up a facade for the internet. You're trying to show the internet that you a real one. But you about to lose everything, man. If this boy can't play football, if this boy's injury causes him to lose out on his contract, Lil Baby, your dumb ass is about to pay for that.
Making millions per year and might never play again because of this shooting. The 49ers could also sue for their lost investment in the player. They traded valuable assets to get Keon White, and if his career is over, they want somebody to pay for that loss. We could be talking about a lawsuit worth tens of millions of dollars.
Man.
So now Lil Baby is in full damage control mode, and he had to come out publicly and address this situation because his whole career is on the line. But here's the thing. Anything he says can and will be used against him in court, and if he denies being involved, but the surveillance cameras show otherwise, that's lying to the public and potentially obstruction of justice. If he admits to being there but says it was self-defense, he's still admitting to shooting an NFL player. If he says nothing, people assume he's guilty. It's a lose-lose situation, gang. His legal team is probably telling him to stay quiet and let them handle everything through the courts. But his PR team is probably telling him he needs to say something to save his career and reputation. Those two pieces of advice are completely contradictory, and that's putting him in an impossible position. The music industry is probably distancing themselves from Lil Baby right now. Record labels don't want to be associated with artists who are shooting NFL players. Streaming platforms might start pulling his music, concert venues might cancel his shows, radio stations might stop playing his songs, and let's be real, the NFL has way more power and money than any rapper. If they want to make Lil...
Alright, all that ain't about to happen now. Like, you going a little too far, bruh. They ain't about to start playing this music. They ain't about to start. Well, the venue shit, maybe, possibly, because these are the type of people you bring with you, though. Yeah. But I don't know about them stop playing this music. But hell, who listens to the radio?
Lil Baby's life difficult, they got the resources to do it. They can pressure streaming services, they can influence radio stations, they can make sure this man's career is over. We've seen this happen before with other artists who got into serious legal trouble. Their music gets blacklisted, their concerts get canceled, their endorsement deals disappear, the industry moves on without them, and they become cautionary tales. But here's what makes this situation even more complicated. The street politics involved. The Bay Area ain't Atlanta, and Lil Baby might have underestimated the dynamics of that region. In San Francisco and Oakland, they got their own politics, their own players, their own rules. You can't just roll up from out of town and start problems without consequences. The Bay Area has a long history of not tolerating disrespect from outsiders. Lil Baby might have power and connections in Atlanta, but in the Bay Area, he's just another out-of-town rapper who came and caused problems. And the streets don't forget stuff like this. He might have made enemies that he didn't even know existed. There's also the racial and cultural dynamics to consider. The Bay Area has a strong sense of community and local pride. When an outsider comes in and shoots a local hero because NFL players are heroes in their cities, that creates a whole different level of animosity. So what's next for Lil Baby? Well, if I'm being honest, based on everything I've researched, it's not looking good at all. The feds probably already got enough evidence from the Atlanta investigation to bring RICO charges, and this San Francisco shooting just gives them more ammunition. They can argue that Lil Baby is the leader of a criminal organization that operates across state lines, engages in violent activities, and poses a danger to public safety. That's textbook RICO, and RICO cases have a 95% conviction rate. When the feds decide to bring RICO charges, they don't lose very often. I'm predicting that within the next 6 months, we're gonna see federal indictments coming down. They're gonna charge not just Lil Baby, but probably his whole crew. And when those RICO charges hit, it's gonna be like dominoes falling. The Fed's gonna offer plea deals to the smaller fish to testify against Lil Baby. They're gonna use wiretaps, surveillance footage, social media posts, music lyrics, financial records, everything they can get their hands on to build their case. Here's how I think this is gonna play out. First, they're gonna arrest him on the California charges related to the shooting. While he's dealing with that, the Fed's gonna drop the RICO indictment from Atlanta. Then they're gonna try to get him to flip on other people in exchange for a lighter sentence. But here's the thing about RICO cases. Even if you cooperate, you're still looking at serious time. The mandatory minimums are no joke, and the feds don't give out get-out-of-jail-free cards just because you help them. If Lil Baby goes to trial and loses, he could be looking at life in prison. If he takes a plea deal, he's probably looking at 15 to 20 years minimum. Either way, his career is over, and he's gonna miss the best years of his life sitting in a federal penitentiary. And that's the real tragedy here, gang. Lil Baby had everything. Talent, money, success, millions of fans, generational wealth. He could have been one of the greatest rappers of his generation. But he couldn't leave the streets alone. He couldn't just be a rapper and stay out of trouble. This whole situation shows the problem with trying to be a street rapper and a mainstream artist at the same time. You can't be talking about 4 pockets full and gang activities in your music, then act surprised when the feds treat you like a gang member. The streets don't care about your Grammy nominations, your platinum albums, or your millions of dollars. The streets gonna collect their debt one way or another, and you...
Yeah, it sounds like Lil Baby cooked, man. I don't know. We'll see if he get charged with anything or not, man, but it's definitely going to be an investigation. And this just adds on to the bullshit that he already had going on as well, like in Atlanta. So, Lil Baby's career is like going down the drain. I don't know what happened with him in academics, but at some point, man, Lil Baby, like he been having a, like it seemed like since he got into it with academics, his career just took a like nosedive. It's crazy, man. I used to think Lil Baby was hot though, but let's get into this, y'all. I asked people to vote on this. I wasn't gonna do this video.
You know, the whole little evil, baby evil situation, baby.
Hold on, I was gonna wait to talk about this. You know what I mean? I really actually wasn't even gonna do it. But this is Baby Evil, the dude who said something about, you know, it was like a phone call where Wack, he was supposed to be talking about Wack 100 not, you know, being good in his neighborhood and all that type of shit. But the reason why they let him come to the hood day, Y'all wanted to hear this bullshit, so I'm gonna play it. But I think, man, listen, I think the Ruler Report can operate outside of the like whole no jumper content, and we create our own content and have our own opinion about shit without reacting to Wack 100 or people talking about him. Or I mean, you know, we gonna, depending on what he says or does, we gonna talk about him. But I'm just saying, I believe that we can like react to our own shit and have our own opinion about topics that he got his opinion about. Like, because for some reason he feel like, you know, people can't do content without, you know what I mean, doing content on him. Like he's the only content out here, which he ain't the only content out here. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna play this though, cause y'all, you know, wanted to hear this shit. So let's get into it, man.
Evil, a nigga who called in to SGBTV, right? Was claiming to be Baby Evil from Kramer, you know what I'm saying, from PPB, right?
Right, I heard that audio.
And you know, but that's so they don't know him. That's somebody in disguise. That's somebody just saying he Baby Evil. I talked to the real Lil Evil, and I put out a video basically saying, like, you know, they wanted me to send a message that was a fake Baby Evil. Baby Evil is Lil Evil brother. You understand me? So he know that wasn't his brother. You know what I'm saying?
So was he saying, like, what, when you talked to the real one, was he saying anything different than the fake one?
No, we didn't get to all that, but you know, he just wanted to clarify that, you know, on behalf of the evils, you feel me? There wasn't no evil speaking like that. You feel me? And you know, whether or not they would or not, they just letting know that's fake.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I think we're gonna have him come on. He's gonna be on here in a second. You feel me? We're gonna chop it up, whatnot, and you know, see, you know, what's really
Rockstar.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
No, I was telling Chuck, I was like, with that being said, I was just giving him a rundown on everything that's been happening as far as Yeah. I was telling him, like, you know, we about to holler at him just a second. So, you know, like I said,
let's
you know,
speed this up. Hold on.
At the type of situation, what I'm saying?
Is that what happened with Little Evil?
Yeah, do he know that he know the voice or something?
I left at 16. Where you stood with
That's Rockstar talking.
Lil Evil, what up? What up?
What is it? Who is this?
It's Rockstar. We hollered on the phone.
Oh, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Hey, you know, the first time I talked to you, I didn't even know who you were, man. I wasn't even tripping. You know, only thing I was just pointing out is that's not me, and I didn't even trip off of it. So I didn't even really formally, you know, get to holler at you. Not only that, I didn't know where you stood with old boy, and you know.
Yeah, no, I ain't even on that, and that's why I was trying to get at too. So, as far as him not being the real Baby Evil, right? Because Baby Evil is your brother.
We don't really care about that part. Let's fast forward a little bit.
So does the real Baby Evil have any energy towards the boy?
He where I'm at with the boy.
Okay.
Me.
So you telling me you're saying you've been gone since you were 16. So where's your issue really come into play?
Oh, that's the thing. The issue that him is he picked me out. He found me. You gotta understand.
She was telling me. I think
I didn't know him. Look, I knew his brother. I knew his big brother when I left.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I knew his big brother had a little brother that was like 6 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But I never interacted with him before. You know, I never done no time with him. Most dudes that was younger, I might run into them in the penitentiary if they do any time. But, or I might know that, you know, they family member, somebody that they related to or associated with. But other than that, I had no dealings with him at all.
So he put you in the mix, kind of throw your name out
there? Yeah, man. And it kind of spooked me just getting out, you know, because I was on high-risk parole. And You know, that was kind of dangerous. And my violation of my parole was interaction with my homeboys.
Oh,
Any
wow.
type of interaction, because I had a gang-related crime.
Yeah.
And so it spooked the shit out of me. I get out and I hear my name on social media, you know,
Yeah.
and this dude talking about, and I don't even know him. You know,
So
I
did
don't
you
even
have
know
to
nothing about
explain
him.
to your parole officer?
No. Fortunately, I wasn't confronted with any of that. You know,
Okay.
because I was too busy doing other things that outshine that. You know, so
Exactly. And expound on that, because from my understanding, you do some great work in the community.
yeah. I'm actually a youth mentor. I started my own nonprofit, Arts for At-Risk Youth, Afari, and we based ourselves in Lancaster. And what we do is we take system-impacted youth, and I use drumming and poetry and journaling as a means for them to express themselves or traumas that otherwise they might not have the platform to express. So,
Yeah. And see, this is what I don't get right. Instead of all the rah-rah and the beefing, he could be connecting with a person like you to help and, what I'm saying, encourage and empower other people, right? And it just be sad what people do with their power and their time. And especially when you got individuals like you that's from the neighborhood, that's, giving back the best you can. You feel me? But doing the groundwork, doing the footwork. You feel
yeah,
me?
you got to meet people where they are. You know, a vessel can't pour forth what it doesn't contain. You
Yeah,
can't
that's real.
expect, milk to come up out of something that holds wine. You know,
So why would so this is what people want to know, like, why would he say baby evil then? If that's not baby evil, why would he say baby
well,
evil? Like, so
I
that's what
mean,
we're trying to figure out. Does baby evil have an issue because you have an issue, or
no,
does he have his own issue?
you got to think the use of the name baby evil, it was efficacious. It was, the desired result was met. We have this conversation now. It's all over social media. If you use certain names, around certain areas, it's going to get attention.
Yeah.
So it was a search for attention. It was a search for the fame or whatever they call it. What is it? The viral?
The clout.
Yeah, the clout and all of that stuff, And that's what I had to. I mean, that's where I see it, And it, like I told you, it received its desired effect. It was designed to get attention, and it got the attention that it needed. But what I'm saying is, my life has been much too real to pretend anything. And the last thing I need is for somebody to be representing something that's not of me.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I can represent
So
myself.
where
I've
is the
done that.
real baby evil? That's your brother. Where is he
Yeah.
at?
He's out, he's doing this thing, man. This dude is a deacon now in the church.
Oh, what? Oh, that for
Yeah.
sure wasn't baby evil then.
Nah.
For
Hell
sure.
no.
Ain't no deacon. He talking about he was in the turf. I'm in the turf right now.
Yeah, nah. I'm telling you, it wasn't him. Now,
What?
don't get it messed up. If you run across
But is
baby
that
evil, you might not know he a deacon.
Hold on. But listen, but is there like another baby evil, like somebody that maybe
No,
took over
ain't
the
no
name?
such thing. Ain't no such thing, bro. No, ain't no. Let's kill that.
It's big, little, and baby.
Baby, that's it.
And remember, I was telling you, big evil did life.
Yeah.
And little evil did life, and baby evil has never been to the pen.
Yeah, he did. He did 6 years.
Oh, okay.
He did
Oh,
6.
he
He
been
was with
6
Lil
years?
Mess. Somewhere with Lil Mess.
Okay.
I think he was like,
Okay.
yeah, because I tried to get him pulled to Avenal when me, Big Eve, and Big Crazy was in Avenal. And once they found out he was my brother, they shut that down.
Okay.
Let me get that out.
But there you have it, folks. Y'all, he a deacon. That nigga ain't calling into no YouTube show.
But Rockstar, I think when they said baby evil, I really think he was talking about
Where's
real
the
evil.
shit about
No, they had little evil.
funeral?
Youth mentor. So now you got people, man, calling up and making fake web pages and being all that they can be on social media.
But do you think your boy got a lot to do with that?
That ain't our boy.
Well,
You said that ain't your boy?
Exactly.
That is not our boy.
And I don't know if he has a lot to do with it, but I know that he's benefited from it. because I don't know who started it. It was going on when I got home.
Yeah.
People was talking on, gang. I did one of these shows a long time ago with Doc Hicks. And that's one of the things I was telling the brother is that there's the feds on this thing.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, and I say, man, if you saying that the brother is the feds, then why would I want to, publicly bring attention to myself as adversary to him when
Yeah,
I'll be put on a list?
exactly.
There's nothing smart about that,
Yeah.
in no type of way. And so when I saw it being carried out and being, on social media, I knew that it had to all be an act.
Mm.
Nobody could be that serious. And you would know when it's not an act is when people come knocking at your door like Big U.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? That's when you know it didn't got real. Right. But it's always, been real. It's just that a lot.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I can't. I don't know if I done just got burnt out on whack content or whatever, man. But I can't do it, y'all. I apologize. I apologize. I can't do it, man. If y'all want me to cover something else, some other content, man. But I can't get into it tonight. I really can't. Like, I can't fuck with it tonight, man. Like, some of the shit do be good content, entertaining, man, but I just can't get into the whole whack shit tonight, man. And I don't really see nothing else to actually really go into, man. So, and we've been live for like 2 hours and 50 some minutes. So, I'm going to go on ahead and get up out of here. I'm going to clip this up tonight, man. I'm telling y'all, we can rock out and do other content like we did tonight, man, without covering this dude all the time. And that's what we're going to get into. We're going to get into a lot of different content, man. Good content, though. But we're going to create our own content, man. And we're going to blow up. It's only a certain window for that Wack 100 content. I'm trying to get like 60,000 views a video on a regular, consistent basis. Don't that many motherfuckers give a fuck about Wack 100 like that, man? We trying to get a bag on this content shit. But somebody said there's way too much fake shit with that dude, right? And I ain't saying we ain't gonna cover. I ain't saying we ain't gonna cover nothing Wack 100 related, but we done did it for like the last 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, let's kind of start covering some other shit too. And I think I'm gonna do on this channel. I think I'm gonna do a lot of live streaming and just clip up the shit over on for the other channel or whatever. We're gonna go to like more live streaming and shit. So I think y'all fucking with me on the live streams and I appreciate it. You know what I mean? We're gonna just keep that going, man. CS2 causes mental fatigue, definitely. Salute Amadi, the chat already. Be safe for sure. Somebody said he a parasite. Shout out to Drew V. Shout out to my boy Kennedy in the chat. Shout out to Curvis, whatever the rest of that shit is. D-Feezy. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. Shout out to the whole entire Ruler game, man. We'll be back with another live stream tomorrow night. Y'all already know what it is. Ruler Gang.